Good evening, it is Friday. And time for another Wearded Beirdos podcast. As a warning to those with zero sense of humor, or are otherwise, little bitches, please stop listening now. Dr. Chada, and the Bearded Techy, will most certainly cross lines of moral decency, that are well beyond the average shit and fart joke you may be used to. The show is unscripted, and in the moment, so, who knows what will fall out of their dirty little mouths. That being stated, please give them a thumbs up, subscribe, and feel free to chime in on the conversation with a comment. Additionally, you may join their mailing list at weirdedbeirdos.com and be automatically entered in future contests and free giveaways. If you are willing to call in, send a text to 530 YouTube with your name and topic, and we may give you a call. And now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the funniest duo in their personal universe, the Wearded Beirdos.
Let's go. Okay, now it should be good.
Can
It
y'all hear
resets.
me?
It resets every time for some reason. That setting.
Can you guys hear us now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. All right.
Well, Justin, Amber's audio is coming through the mixer. She's muted, so we don't get a loop. But can you hear us now? There's probably like a 10-second delay, I believe, between us and the real world.
Yeah, it should be good because I'm getting levels on the. I'm getting levels on the thing in here. You know what I mean?
Nice, there we go.
The black magic box.
Thank God for Justin. But again, it's Steve's fault. You missed a pretty interesting conversation about reneging. So anyway.
Yeah, we missed that. That whole thing is gone. Well, we don't have to worry about getting flagged now.
Right? Well, appreciate you once again.
And I don't need any more
Mr.
help
Romero.
looking racist on this show. So
No, not at all.
You do just fine on your own.
Yeah, that's just who you are. Nothing we can do about that. You need any help being. All right, so we'll start all over. Today is our first in-studio guest, who is Amber. The reveal is gone now because you've been staring at her for probably 2 or 3 minutes muted. So starting all over once again.
Okay. So my name is Amber. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. Moved to Colorado about 5 years ago. And I think that the thing that is most fascinating about me, that people are really interested about me talking about, is the fact that I've danced
Like
in
hip-hop?
gentlemen's clubs. I'm a stripper.
Okay.
And I've been dancing for 14 years, since I was 18 years old. And the way that I got into dancing was really interesting because, I think I've always had this like sexual energy ever since I was a kid. Kind of weird. But when I was 18, I ended up dropping out of school because I was sick a lot. And I had a high school job as a graphic designer for the school board.
Okay.
But after I dropped out, I lost that job, and it was around Christmas time. And I was like, what? How can I make the fastest money and the most money in a short amount of time? Because I wanted to be able to buy my family Christmas presents.
Right.
And so there is a nude club down the street from where I lived. And
It's still in Jacksonville?
It's still in Jacksonville. Yep. And I was like, oh, I'm going to try that. And so I went to Catholic school for 9 years, right?
That summed everything up right there.
I know, completely off topic. But where this, segues is I took my old Catholic school girl uniform and I used that for my audition. And then I made $800 in 3 days. And I was like, fuck, like, how do I stop doing this, right? And then my mom found out and she tried to come up to the club and like pull me off stage, but they wouldn't let her come in. So she left me a nastygram on my car. That was
Nastygram.
That was an interesting time.
Did your mom still talk? Like how that conversation go when you got home?
She kind of just didn't say anything because she's a redhead and she gets a little cray cray. But we talked about it and she's like, if you're gonna dance, dance at a bikini bar, which is you still go topless. It's just called bikini bar, right? So
the first place did you dance at, was it fully nude or just topless?
it was fully nude. Yep.
So
All
where do
of
they
the
put the
bits.
dollars?
So they usually just put the dollars on the stage
Oh.
because obviously you don't have
I
anything.
mean, you have places to tuck them, but
You could put it in the ass crack. I mean, so that's a move, right? Like some guy like puts a folded dollar on the stage and then you just sit on it and then squeeze your ass cheeks and then pick it up.
dang, and you could probably sell that dollar on eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you sell your underwear. So that dollar became more valuable just because of the.
Probably get stuck everyone. And I thought I had a dollar around here.
It's right there. You keep turning around and tickle, looking for it. So
That's right.
$800 in 3 days. That's
Do they
crazy.
serve alcohol at those?
Not at the nude bars, they don't.
Juice bar.
But what I remembered that they sold was this energy drink called Pink Pussy.
Oh,
And so we were always like, give me a pink pussy, please.
I bet those sold.
And you handed it on stage and you opened it.
It'd be pretty tough to do with a pull tab.
Not if you train it right.
Yeah, not if you train with the Benoit balls.
Yeah.
I guess.
You just need to get the outer labia to just have like a lip, like just.
Oof.
Well, have you guys seen that one
Like a
lady?
sea creature.
Yeah. So this lady, like, she'll take Benoit balls and she attaches things to it and she like does her Kegels. Like, I think the biggest thing she attached to it was a surfboard.
Wow.
That's terrifying.
So I'm pretty sure that lady could crack.
It's probably worth the price of admission, but that sounds like you can.
Yeah, you
have
don't need to actually
enough-
open it if you can crush it.
Yeah, if you can just hold. If you have that kind of a grip, you need a safe word.
You need a safe word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spumoni.
So you started. You told everybody your safe word now, so they're gonna be.
I can pick a different one.
Yes.
True.
Yeah,
It's one of those things that is changeable.
it is.
I don't know, because like then you got to learn a new word, like how.
You don't need
How
two-factor
annoying.
authentication.
But how you get annoyed? Oh, I got to change my fucking
Spumoni.
password when you
Well-
work at a.
Send me the code that just got texted to your phone.
So we're 18. Did we ever go back to high school? Or we're like, fuck it.
Oh no, I got
John is making
my GED
100
like
bucks every
the
3
week
days.
after I got out of school. Like the week I dropped out, I got my GED the next week.
Okay, so
So I was pretty like on it because I wanted to go to college. Like I still wanted to do the things that you're supposed to do,
Right.
right? But I just didn't want to be in school anymore. Yeah. And I went to community college. Nothing awesome, but I mean, I love dancing. You know, I've done it for so long. It really speaks to like I think this necessary sexual therapy that we kind of all need, right?
Right.
And so, you know, guys mostly that don't get that, whether they're, you know, unhappily married or they're single or they're divorced or whatever, like they're needing this thing that they're not getting, whether it's like the sexual fantasy or even just closeness or just to be heard, because sometimes they'll just come in, sit down and talk about their lives and you're basically their therapist and they'll pay you to do that.
interesting.
Yeah.
Never thought about that.
Yeah, it's actually really self-fulfilling. But then you have your assholes and then, you know, then
Well, your
you're like-
vagina's there too, but it's like one of those. You have your asshole just sitting there, just just licking the chair.
Well, it's like the guys that are like, what are you gonna do for $1?
Stand here.
Everything.
Yeah.
Let you look at my boobs. That's what you get. That's what the sign says. So now, so I think about that. I've never had a lap dance in my entire life. I don't give into the fantasy because I understand that all you want is my dollar. I understand it's a business, and that's what it's all about. And like I think some men, like you said, some men just need that. And so there's a time and a place for kind of everything. But to me, dudes are gross. And as soon as I found out that they wear like jogging pants,
Oh yeah, the gym
Like,
pants. Yep.
that's
'Cause-
gross.
So they can let their boners just like free fly.
yeah,
everywhere.
let's do
That's a genius idea. I
Right?
never thought about that.
Be glad you just cut me off because I was.
Genius.
Yeah, I mean you're getting your money's worth. Okay, what is a dance? So the dollars are just to throw on stage and to get your attention
Right.
on stage.
To get them
But
to
then
come
once
back.
you come off the stage, then you kind of work the room, and that's where is it still a dollar type situation? Like, what's a lap dance go for these days? What's the exchange rate? Do you take Bitcoin? Like, how does that work?
Okay, so first off,
That was a lot. I'm
I
sorry.
can take and yeah. To answer your third question first, I do like online payment systems. I'm not going to name which ones because they aren't sex worker friendly. And so if they find out that you're a stripper and you're taking payments through their system, they will block you.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But I do that. So I do take credit cards. Dances usually are, I charge $40 for a song or 3 dances for $100. So I try to do
That'd be
this
sweet.
like, sale thing. Like
Right.
you pay less if you get more. Because that's where you make your money. You don't make your money from stage.
Yeah, $1 at a time. That's not adding up very
Yeah,
fast.
unless you're like, just this badass personality on stage and everyone's making it rain on you, which is great. But for most of us, it's not like that.
Right. I always bring quarters and just make it hail.
Now, let me tell you something. I had a guy do that to me when I was,
Throw coins at you?
yes, when I was 18 and I first started dancing, there was this guy that came in and he was in a wheelchair. So,
Oh, geez.
Tell me they were Sacagaweos.
no, what?
Yeah, what denomination of a coin was it? Because what changes the whole conversation?
Sacagawea is a dollar coin, just
Yeah,
so
we're
everybody
getting-
knows.
They were definitely not Sacagawea coins.
Not even a Susan B. Anthony?
No, they were just regular.
So
He just went to
Not
the-
even like a Canadian dime.
A loony tune. I
Ah,
think that's the silliest that they call it loonies and toonies.
what
I don't
happened?
know.
What are
And
loonies?
Canadian coins, they're called loonies and toonies.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
We've had 2 Canadian guests and we didn't.
Dang.
Canadians
That sucks.
failing us.
Yeah, they could have shared that with us. Okay, so you got this asshole rolls up.
Yeah,
Literally.
he rolls up.
He's got like cargo shorts on, just full of coins.
I'm like, because he's in a wheelchair, and I'm just like, aw.
And then
So I give
you
him
get
like
hit in the
some
head with a-
special like twerking, yeah, and he just throws it right at me, and I'm just like, this motherfucker. Like, what do you do?
Wow.
He's in a wheelchair. I don't know.
Yeah, do you just continue with the routine?
He's
Just like,
he's playing the
Oh.
game.
No, I definitely walked off stage.
Yeah.
I was pissed.
I would definitely slice his tires.
he was probably like, my money's not good here.
And you're there for 20 fucking minutes trying to get that goddamn quarter off the fucking slicker that floor.
Yeah. Just trimmed my nails.
Like, Amber, damn it, get out. It's not your time. Your song's over.
Oh.
Yeah, and they bring out just like the spare tire dancer, like, and welcome back to the stage, Cinnamon Long Shorts. She just fills in whenever there's like a fuck up.
Yeah, this definitely was a redneck bar, so there were no rules. Nobody went back to the stage. You had to put money in the jukebox to play your songs and then go on stage. Like nobody calls you.
Oh, really?
Damn.
Yeah, it was that kind of.
They didn't have a DJ.
They had a DJ on Fridays and Saturday nights, but like
Oh,
during,
this is
yeah.
on Hump Day.
Mhm.
on Nickelback Tuesday. You just,
Yeah.
What's wrong with Nickelback?
no, just I was playing on Change. I don't even know. Is that Nickelback?
I have no idea. It could be Third Eye Blind.
What's your booty shaking song of choice? Like when that comes on, they just start clapping on their own. Like what's
Oh man. Definitely Rihanna's Cake.
Don't think I've
Just
ever heard
like
it.
cake,
Yeah, is it
cake,
new?
Cake. Nah, no, that's old.
it's like a deep cut that was like it was like a
Deep
hit or it was
cut?
like,
Not a cut. It was on the radio. It was like a
It's like the
birthday cake.
bonus track from like
It's like a birthday song, but she's like, we got that cake. And
you start rumbling.
Yep.
Just, oh, here we go.
Yep.
oh shit, I
Or
need the
Bitch
Pepto.
Better Have My Money is another one. Rihanna has some really good twerking songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would your song be, Steve?
Let's see. Slob on my knob by 3-6 Mafia.
That's a real song?
Slob on my knob like corn on the
And
cob.
you're gonna twerk
Yeah.
to that.
Mhm.
Okay.
No, a little freak in Hollywood sucks on dick, does it real good. Juicy is my name, sex is my game.
Okay. Do you know the song? I don't know the song. Maybe you should try that.
No, I
Okay.
do know
Have you
that.
danced to it?
I have not.
Okay. let's
I have
Put
not.
that into your. Repertoire.
So, but there's like there's two different ways that I dance. It's either sexy and slow and seductive.
Depends on the night and the crowd.
Yeah. Or
You guys can do some wheelchairs, just roll up. They're not getting the sexy because you're not going to get some
they
change.
ain't getting the sexy.
Kind of like ballroom dancing.
Ballroom. I have tap night.
I got exotic and ballroom.
Okay. I've got a sexy or twerk because it's two
Okay.
different ones. It's like twerking, ratchet, you know what I mean? Like you're just getting down. And then there's that sexy, like sophisticated, like, you know, you're fucking them with your eyes.
Makes me think of that scene from Independence Day where
It would not go quietly into the night.
No, not that fucking scene, you dumbass. The presidential monologue.
Starting in the background is fucking twerking.
That's the most retarded thing. No. It'd be awesome if we had Bill Pullman on. But no, the scene where it's like the first lady and Will Smith's wife, and she's like, "What do you do?" And she's like, "I'm a dancer." She's like, "Ooh, ballet." She's like, "No, exotic." I was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, we go quietly into the night.
Sorry, that's the first thing that popped in my head. Like Independence Day. There's nothing sexy about that. That's definitely, if it's not sexy, it must be for twerking.
And then there's like the drunk pilot who's always talking about getting probed.
Yes. Was it Randy Quaid?
Yes. Whatever happened to that guy?
Oh no, he's kind of fell off the map.
I heard that he went to Canada to escape prosecution for some type of case, and they had to extradite him. That's the last thing I heard.
Sounds sad.
Yeah.
Look, Quaid.
Right. Looks nothing like his brother. And he kind of turned into like a real life version of his character on National Lampoon's Vacation.
He believed it.
Yeah. Method acting.
Yes. So when you go into your backstage, countdown's begun. You're oiled up or lubed up, whatever you have to do.
Yeah, no.
Your tassels are ready. They're
Yeah, you don't. I wouldn't.
you tassel up, or
I imagine you wouldn't want to be oiled. Like,
Yeah, you don't want to be oiled because if you're doing pole tricks, you're gonna fly off that motherfucker. You're just like,
Wear gloves.
Yeah.
yeah.
maybe like a
well, I don't know.
Wile E. Coyote
I was thinking
scene
you
or
greased
something.
up. They try to grab you, like not today, and they slip off.
Yeah, she's just got like a big tub of fucking lard back there. She's like, I gotta grease it up. Yeah.
No, like what is your routine? Like, okay, I'm up.
Yeah, you got a pregame.
I know
Strategy.
Cake, I know Cake is in the queue.
Yeah.
Stacy is up now, and I got to bring my A game. When do you already have it preset in your mind so you can go sexy to the same song that you twerk to, or what if like you put up a twerk song and you're like you walk out on the stage like shit, this is not a twerk crowd,
You know,
and now you're eye fucking to Cake.
it's interesting. It's interesting because I've danced for so long. I think my answer now is different than my answer when I was younger. I'm kind of a jaded stripper, which means that I am lazy as fuck. Like when I get on stage, I'm a performer too. I perform to the song. If I'm feeling it, I'll put in effort. But like if it's just people are sitting around watching and I do like the minimal dancing that I have to. And so that's the sexy. The sexy is slow and lazy, but it can either look good or it could just look like you're being lazy. So maybe what do I do to get myself excited about dancing? The music definitely plays a part. Sometimes I wear makeup when I dance and sometimes I don't. In fact,
They go to your vagina, or
no. No,
I'm
on my
assuming
face.
your face is already done up.
No. Sometimes I do not do anything to myself.
Now I know there's not oil. I'm
Yeah.
assuming you're gonna put some makeup and glitter on.
Sometimes I go sans makeup and
Sparkle.
I actually make more money when I don't wear makeup than when I put on a full face of makeup and do my hair. Because I think that guys can connect better
Yeah, you're real in that moment.
for sure.
Like you just got off work, kids are in the back, like mom's got to make some money, got to buy milk and
Yeah,
cookies.
whatever the case may be for them. But I have definitely made more money looking like natural and not, you know, like a stripper. But I still wear stripper clothes, obviously. But
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It honestly, it just depends how I'm feeling that day. Because, like I said, I am jaded, and I don't go in there like, oh, I'm gonna do awesome. I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna try to seduce some dudes today and try to make like 5 dances. Because lap dances is where you make all your money, right? Like, you know, if I can sell 5 or 6 dances, that's $200. Sweet.
That's crazy.
Like, I'm stoked about it. I'm stoked about a $200 day. Now, some girls come in there and they're like, I'm gonna make $1,000 today, and they are. They're the ones that go from guy to guy to guy hustling. I just don't have that kind of like energy anymore.
I need a vagina.
Do you want mine?
No, I know where it's been. He snorted. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's weird that.
Well, I think that's why it segues into the cuddling, because it was kind of a way for me to not have to do dancing all the time, for that to be my main source of income.
Right.
But cuddling is cool because it translates that touch therapy, or that therapy that people are needing, the closeness that they can't get otherwise. And that's what I really like to do. Like, I'm really passionate about that. I'm really passionate about touch therapy just being really healing. And so that was what I loved about dancing. And then that's what I love about cuddling. I don't cuddle anymore because of COVID, but you know, before COVID, I cuddled all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you need a certification to be a like cuddler? Because I was watching something like there's people in California and they needed to get some type of state certification to be like allowed to do it legally.
So I think that's different in every state. The rules are different in every state.
See, massage therapist is kind of new for Colorado.
Ye-
It was one of the last to have to be licensed. Before you could just do it. So
yeah, I think as long as, like, you know, you're not getting paid to have sex, you can do whatever you want. But I am a part of a couple of different cuddling websites, so people can go search for cuddlers in their area. Yeah,
So do you work for an agency or do you work for yourself?
I work for myself.
Nice.
And the cuddling website is like, you have to apply, but then you fill out your profile, you make your prices, you put up the pictures. So you're doing all of the legwork. You're just applying to be advertised, I guess, on these. And you have to pay them a percentage too of what you make.
But they're probably vetting the people too, so you're not getting some random guy's going to put you in his trunk in a duffel bag.
Yeah, they do a little bit of vetting. And the other vetting we have to do, you know, we have to make sure that we ask the right questions when they're interested in having a session, so that we can feel out if we're comfortable or not.
Are there male cuddlers?
Yes.
No, I'm not cuddling with you. He's like, yo, there is, watch.
That's why you never let me into that bedroom. You got like the whole cuddle section. It's like rose petals and velvet and candles. It's just
Oil.
Lots of oil. He needs oil for cuddling. Apparently.
That oil is a theme for
So
you.
I can slide out of the cuddle. I'm not,
Get some oil in your life.
I'm not a big cuddle. We were talking about that before when we were having dinner. Like, because Steve doesn't like to cuddle. Jenny likes to cuddle. My
I
other half-
don't.
You don't like to cuddle?
Sometimes. Doesn't matter.
'Cause-
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay, do you not want to cuddle because you don't want to cuddle?
No,
Or you don't
just
want to cuddle
been
because assholes
together
want to
for
cuddle?
a long time.
Stop touching me.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what he
annoying.
does.
It's annoying.
Know your place.
Sometimes he
I don't
flinches.
necessarily say it like that.
I want to cuddle. I'll ask. I want to see you this morning. I will ask. I'll send you a text message and tell them, because the house is big enough. You can hide all day.
Yeah, we probably exchanged more texts than
Did you cuddle? Oh, same. I'm like, what? I'm sitting right next to you. What you texting me, cuddling me for? What are you texting me for?
I'm sitting right next to you. What are you going to cuddle me for?
Stop touching me. So, when you talk about this,
All right. Well, anyways. So,
no, but why don't you like to cuddle, Steve?
why don't I like to cuddle? I don't know.
he has domination issues.
Childhood trauma? I don't know. I have no idea.
Are you a hugger?
No. I don't like being touched.
So maybe your love language is not physical touch.
No, it's not. I already
on
looked it up. It's like the horseplay roughhousing kind of thing.
I don't think that's a love language.
It is. It is.
That's Catholic love language.
No,
That's altar boy type.
it is. I swear. I looked it up. I looked up my love languages, and there's like one that's like it's like roughhousing.
Okay,
Oh
so
my God.
So when he wa-
That
go
makes
ahead.
sense.
there's 5 different types of love languages. It's
Okay.
physical touch,
Boom.
words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, and gifts.
What's acts of service?
So like doing the
Work out.
dishes or I mean, that could be like acts of service and physical touch.
You can physically service my dishes. My fork and spoon.
I don't
Okay,
know where I
so-
was seeing that because I found something where it was like
So what would yours would be the physical touch, or what?
Mine's definitely physical touch and words of affirmation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, what would you? So you say you're touching Steve, and what should I say to him to affirm?
you got a huge dick.
That's not.
That would really help. I mean, I would feel very affirmed, and
Do I
I
have
feel.
to touch it?
I mean, not while you're awake.
No, speaking of, would you let us chloroform you?
Oh.
Couple
I
episodes
mean-
back, we were
I
talking
mean,
about.
consent is a thing. So
Right.
as long as
It
I
wouldn't
give you
hurt
my
you.
consent, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm kind of interested. I'll do it.
Okay. We don't have any yet. We got to make some first. But we talked about.
Way to be a trooper.
It was a.
Yeah, quality
Kill-
time. That was mine. Quality time. I don't know. Yeah.
We get roughhousing on a. Okay, you're.
No, I heard something where like it was like that was like something. It was a part of one of the things that I would get is like roughhousing.
Maybe that's like the physical touch that you do enjoy.
Right.
It's like when she snaps you with the towel after a shower.
She puts you in a chokehold.
Yeah.
Never happened yet. She's
No,
probably
I just grab the back of his neck and I push it down.
Between
Like
your
you-
legs.
yeah.
yeah, I'll be like driving,
Oh.
and then she'll grab me by the back of the neck and pull me over and she'll be like, "Suck my dick."
And do you?
No,
Oh,
I'm
you-
like, we're not fucking driving.
But you pull over
Yeah.
first.
No, yeah, exactly. I pull over. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Work the zipper. Steve, you gotta grab the phone.
Yeah, yeah. They suck my dick,
Do you
bitch.
really do that? Because that's hilarious. Oh my god.
That is good.
We need to take a road trip just so I can experience that. Oh, one would be terrifying because now I'm in the back seat.
Yeah, and then I nearly swerve off the road because she's grabbing me by the back of the fucking neck. Suck my dick, bitch.
And I'm thinking, okay, if she has a dick, that's gonna be the last thing I ever see. Because I'm just bleeding out. Jenny had a dick.
Yeah,
What is your name? Jenny had a dick.
no.
It sounds like Jenny wears the pants.
Yeah, she
You know it's a
she knows
weird-
how to play games. That's for sure.
When we play video games, I think she's charged.
I just drive the car.
Yeah, she steers.
I'm the chauffeur.
Nice shift.
We're talking about
Still a stick shift. Takes a whole
So-
nother level of.
So quality time to you is roughhousing.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that's part of it, but like then just like spending time together, doing something that we're like it's like a bonding experience, but not necessarily like touching all the time.
Okay. Where do you think this stems from?
I have no idea. Gotta ask my therapist.
Oh, can you ask your therapist to?
Yeah, I'll bring him on the podcast. But
Would you? Because that would be fucking amazing.
I don't think he would do it.
Ask.
Sign a consent form.
Because as long
We'll go there.
Come in. Yeah, we'll set up there. We'll do a mobile rig. Because that would just be awesome. Just have a therapist anyway. Because they don't have to go into detail of necessarily you, but I think. And if you don't ask, the answer is always no.
I don't think he would ever do it. I can ask, but I don't think he would ever do it.
Okay. So what is your love language?
What was it again?
That was racist. I'm sorry.
It is.
Love language.
Sound like a dog.
It is physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, or gift giving.
And anal.
Anal gift giving.
Yes.
It used to be
I
anal.
mean, it is a gift. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Like, what's that smell?
I guess a prolapse kind of looks like a bow.
That's the episode you want to watch. It's
Your mom's house?
she's
I
talking about.
did.
She's talking about a podcast.
Oh, I thought she meant literally your mom's house.
Oh,
I was gonna say, damn, burn.
No, there's it's episode 12. I think we talk about she had a job at 16 where she had to put in Violet's prolapse from time to time. She had to tuck her in before she tucked her in.
yikes.
But it's a gold. It's a gold conversation.
All I'm saying is I watched that podcast, Your Mom's House, and they're showing all of these whack ass like sexual videos. And there's this one video of this dude, and he's fisting these two other dudes that are just completely bent over, and he's just like fucking going to town. And he pulls out, and they both have like prolapses, and then they like rub them together.
See, I thought I had it bad.
Damn, Jeremy. See, that's how I know we're not good of friends as I thought we were. There's dudes willing to rub their prolapsed asshole on their best bud's other prolapsed asshole. And you've never offered.
I was just about to. Would you let me fist you? That's where it comes down to. Yeah, let me reach up there and turn
first of all, you have to confirm that you prolapse before I let you touch my prolapse, because I'm not going to let it be a one-ended.
What's a prolapse look like?
Oh, look it up.
It's called the pink sleeve.
Is that what it's called? Somebody told me it was called a rosebud.
Yep, that too.
Rosebud, yeah, I've heard that.
Pink sleeve, rosebud, yeah. Your Mom's House. That's the Tom Segura podcast, right? Yeah.
But you gotta pay for that side, right? For that part of it. So they go live on YouTube, but then they don't show.
No, they do show. I don't know.
The prolapse and stuff?
Maybe,
I've never actually
not
watched
on
it.
YouTube. No, they have their own like streaming service.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's probably like Float Plan or something.
I don't know. If I had a prolapse, I would let you taste it.
Oh, God.
Ooh, no one's tasting.
You talking about rubbing lips together, or my prolapse and your lips?
Apparently, you can only be prolapsed for so long before like you need surgery. Like,
yeah, imagine once that party started.
Like
gravity is against you.
I mean,
back in there. I don't know. You like suck it in with your butthole, like.
You got to do a lot of crunches.
I think that's a one-way street, because how many times you been sitting on the toilet like, oh, I gotta get up, and then like you try to suck that because you're like, oh, I'm not ready for this one.
That's why you need a bidet.
Do you have one?
No, I want to get one though.
Oh my God.
I remember I was looking, like when there was the toilet paper shortage, there was like a little bidet you could just get as like an add-on to your toilet, and just like you charge it like a squirt gun, like you pump it, and then you. I was like, man,
we'll just have Jenny squirt you off with like a spray bottle.
Get your kid's Nerf gun.
I was just gonna say like a Nerf gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have to bend over on all fours and then let the shitty running water like all over the floor. Like, yeah, at least you're clean though, right?
It's like coffee enema.
You'll turn around on the toilet, and then
that's like so much more work. Then I just want a bidet just so I can hit a button and then it's done. Not all right. Here, go get Jeremy and let him fill up the super soaker. And then fucking let me turn around, squat over the back of the toilet so that my poop water runs kind of into the bowl and then down my legs also. No. There's a reason people don't do it like that.
Maybe they just haven't tried. Because how many times have you heard about something? Oh my God, I didn't know that wasn't a thing. Because no one's ever tried it. Innovation. You could be like, there's not a just in case kit. So last week we talked about to create a kit where you can buy and purchase just in case you kill your significant other. We'll be able to clean up and do all that stuff. That doesn't exist, but we could be the people that. So right there, people have probably thought about it. No one's ever made it. Like, why isn't there not a card reader device for strippers where they can actually put it up into their butt crack, where it's almost like you just need a probe to hold on the butt,
like a tapper.
Yeah, you just swipe
and you just tap it on the machine.
Yeah, you can have it like a butt plug with a pearl or something on that, and like you just bend over and like.
That's dope.
And they can just and it'd be like a set charge. Obviously, you can't have variables, because you may get that or have like 3 little buttons. Like, I'm gonna tap it once for $5, tap it twice for $10,
right?
And then you tap your card on it, and boom.
If Super Soaker made a bidet, I'm not saying I'd buy it, but I'd add it to the wish list. That's what Justin says.
Oh, I'd buy it for you, buddy. That's my promise to you. If Super Soaker was actually the guy that invented it, worked for a toilet company, didn't he? Wasn't he toilet pumps? And that's how he created it, because of the pressure. They were creating something.
I don't know. You know more about the history of toilets and Super Soakers.
This is random stupid shit that I know. That's how my brain works.
Where do they have them?
What, Super Soakers or toilets?
bidets?
Oh, I don't know.
You
Like
can find them on Amazon. We were just looking at them.
no, like countries like where it's common.
Oh, like anywhere in Europe.
Yeah, where white people live.
I remember when I was a kid, we went to Spain and there was a bidet, and I thought it was a drinking fountain. It'll shoot water up to like the eye level of a child, like way up. I didn't drink out of it. Like, I got stopped. I got
Whatever.
stopped. You were like, yeah, I was like, oh, a drinking fountain. They're like, no. And they had like one like, yeah.
But what makes you think that they would put a drinking fountain there?
I don't know.
It's
I had never seen.
convenient.
I had never seen anything like that before. Like I had no concept of what a bidet
Nothing
was,
makes me thirsty.
and I had only
than
seen
taking
one
a
other
healthy
thing in my
shit.
life. I'd only seen one other thing in my life that shot water up like that in an arc, which was a drinking fountain. So I thought, oh, it's a drinking fountain.
It's legit.
No, it makes sense, but
Yeah, for a child.
Yeah, it's legit.
Yeah, it's not like I was like 30 and like, hey, it's a fucking drinking fountain in here.
I just got
I'm thirsty after that shit.
done wiping it. Oops. I never used a bidet. Anybody here?
I never used
Use
it.
one? What's the experience like? Is it?
Brian's got one in his house.
Does he really?
Yeah.
All right, I'm using it next time over.
Yeah.
He's listening.
It's kind of shocking. You're just like, woo, and you're like, woo. And then you're like, oh.
Is it cold or is it warm?
It can be both. Well, I mean, you
Ooh.
can choose like if it's warm or if it's cold.
Ah.
Nice.
Interesting.
Man, yeah, if it's a hot day and you're just like,
What the fuck is burning your asshole? Now you got pizza on your fucking butt
pizza
cheeks.
burn on his butt cheeks. What?
Okay,
Did you
Justin.
get the buttery crust or the
Let's see.
hut favorite?
It doesn't matter. There was a bidet in my Airbnb in Miami last year. A legit one. Was the water cold? Did it taste different? I don't know where we're going with this. Like, he made, there's a water fountain in my toilet in Miami.
Yeah, you know what they're doing in Miami. If it, because OJ lives there, so you know it's some fucked up shit.
I thought he was in jail. Is he out now?
Yeah, he had his parole hearing a couple
He
years
was
ago.
tweeting not too long ago. That's right.
Yeah, he had his parole hearing a couple years ago.
O.J. Simpson. So what brought you and your dancing skills to Colorado?
It's kind of a sad story.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. My dad passed away from cancer, and my dad was like my best friend, so it was really hard for me. And I went on a 3-week road trip with my sister, and we went from San Diego to Massachusetts, and I stopped in Colorado for one day, and I'm like, fuck it, this is where I'm moving here. I have a really kind of a love-hate relationship with my hometown. My hometown is very close-minded, especially when it comes to like the arts and music. And, I'm a musician, so I didn't feel like I was really getting anywhere with that. And I just felt like it was just time. My dad passed and I
Yeah,
didn't.
because like northern Florida is still the South.
Oh, yeah, it's still the South. It's racist as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible. And I just wanted to be somewhere where I felt like my gifts would be appreciated more. And I felt like Denver was that place. Although when I first moved here, I was like, I'm going to live in Boulder and I'm going to dance at the Nitro Club. Yay. And obviously, like, nobody's living in Boulder unless you're like
Yeah.
a college kid or rich.
Yeah,
or,
that's a whole different game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful place.
Yeah.
But is the Nitro Club, is that their main?
Yeah, Nitro Club.
Okay.
And they also had the bus stop, which isn't there anymore. The bus stop got sold and they bulldozed it over and made this like artist commune. But yeah, I didn't get hired at Nitro. In fact, Colorado has been one of the hardest places to get hired at a club because they are not thick girl friendly.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Yeah.
Too bougie.
Too bougie. I mean, I didn't have a problem with that in the South. Like, they love ass for days, but here they want you to be like thin model, fake boobs, like they trying to make this Las Vegas, and I'm like, this is Vegas.
Which is funny because there's enough. I'll say this. There's there's a place for every taste,
Yeah.
and that's annoying. But I know like the Springs has more. At least when I lived there like 20 years ago, they had more diverse clubs.
Yeah. And I think they do from what my girlfriends have said. I just don't want to drive an hour and a half down to the Springs.
Yeah, who wants to fucking go to Colorado Springs?
I like Colorado Springs.
Is that where the prison's at?
No, it's like Alamosa.
It depends which prison.
Alamosa.
There's,
what it's called?
Colorado has more than one.
But the main
They have that
one, like,
nut house too.
That's Pueblo, and there's
Pueblo.
also no prison there.
Oh.
Main prison I think that most people are familiar with is in Sterling.
where's Sterling from here?
Like, it's in the northeast corner of the state, kind of. Oh, it's closer to Nebraska than it is here.
Okay,
So
but no one wants to live cheap land.
exactly. I mean, there's a prison break in Sterling. The only people at risk are ears of corn and cows. So
That's corn.
it's probably like, it's probably the most familiar one.
But isn't there like a Supermax?
Yeah, in Florence.
Is that down south towards like?
I'm not sure
Trinidad?
exactly where that is, but that's not in Colorado Springs.
You ever been to prison?
No. Never been to jail, never been in trouble with
Yeah.
the law.
Women's prison is like in Denver.
We had a where?
I can't give you the exact cross streets, but yeah, it's like
I thought you said it was downtown somewhere.
it's not
But
downtown,
it's in Denver
Yeah,
County. Okay.
yeah, it's in Denver.
There's one over here by our house. I don't know what that one is. Or
Oh, yeah,
Sims and Quincy.
That's a federal. It's a federal
Oh.
prison.
I don't know the difference. Prison's prison to me. I don't want to go to any of them.
Yeah.
So we arrive. Do you currently? What do you do now? Like, because COVID kind of slowed down.
Yeah.
limited everything.
COVID slowed down. I mean, so now I'm doing relationship consulting for people that live alternative lifestyles, poly, LGBTQ, kink, BDSM. But I see, monogamous people too.
How do you advertise for that? That seems like a very niche. Are you already in those type circles? That seems very niche.
So the company that I'm with does all of the advertising.
Oh, so it's actually legit.
Yeah, it's legit.
Okay.
Yeah. And they just give me my clients. And yeah, I mean, honestly, like that's pretty awesome, but it's also one of the hardest things that I've ever done.
Right.
Being able to meet people and support people where they're at and kind of like help them on their path. Maybe they have questions about like their sexuality, maybe like they think that if they have a specific kink that it's bad or they don't know how to go about doing it correctly. And so, where I come in is I help educate them on that and kind of just support them on where they're at because that brings up a lot of feelings for them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because like we have the sex therapist, I think that too is a lot of it is one. Where do you go if you have a weird fetish? You might not even know that you're into it until you try it, but then you got to find someone to try it who's going to accept you. Like if I was into fisting and I walk up to Steve, I'm like, bro, I need you to bend over and drink out of my toilet, and then boom.
Yeah, because I'm already like into drinking toilet water.
Oh, you already said that. That's how I'm gonna.
That could be a kink.
Yeah.
Like, BDSM, you get a dominatrix and she's like, drink out of the toilet water, maggot. Like
Jen's like, I'm gonna take a shit. Jen's like, Steve, I gotta take a shit. Okay, let me
I
get
mean,
my
I have
straw.
seen porn like where the guy was like dunking the girl's head in the toilet.
While it was full.
Not of poop, but of
Oh.
water. Yeah,
Oh.
not like I'm not that dark.
It's like
And it's like something
That ruins
it's like in the day before there was Pornhub. It's like I didn't get to choose what I was gonna see. It was just like what had the most seeds in the torrent. So I just had to like, okay, this
Take your
one,
pick.
this one. These are all gonna download within the next 3 days. So I'll just let
let's
this
dial up
code.
and check these out.
Yeah, exactly. It's
we
like,
live in the age of Pornhub privilege.
mhm.
Oh,
So
yeah,
and then you watch
want.
it, and like half the time it was like super amateur, like woman with her husband.
The old toilet water trick.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
Be a mainstream.
not
thing.
into that kind of thing. because just not into it.
Seems dangerous because if you miss, you're gonna crack their head on the edge of the toilet. And this is where the just
Or their teeth.
well, that too, but now you have the just in case kit because like fuck, I was just joking around.
You might as well finish the job.
Yeah, or right here because what happens if you grab the back of his neck to suck your dick again and you cause an accident, and you got to explain why you killed Steve.
I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
She would make up some lie. Be like, he was beating me, and then he speared off the road because he was so angry. And then I'd be dead, and she would just be like, victim.
Me to suck his dick.
I said, no, you suck mine first. And we got to do a sword fight, and here we are.
Yeah, exactly.
So it seems like that's dangerous. Even just joking around, slamming someone's head into the toilet.
That's what I'm saying.
Have you ever had your head dunked?
No.
Do you have any weird fetishes you want to talk about?
Weird fetishes. I don't really have weird fetishes, but I definitely know what I like to watch on Pornhub, or I watch RedTube. That's like my go-to.
RedTube has decent quality.
Yeah.
I appreciate the effort.
Yeah. I'm definitely like a DP gangbang fan.
Okay. So is Steve.
Yeah.
Not really.
I was gonna say, Steve, how do you
DP.
that?
Not really. Not into it.
But it's hard for me to get mine and Jenny's in there at the same time.
Yeah, I think
so-
it's just like the visual thing for me. Just like, oh, that dirty bitch, she's getting all her holes filled. Yeah.
And then you come.
Yeah. Yeah, then you come and you're like, God,
the fuck was I?
yeah, what is wrong with me? Oh my God, I'm a terrible person. This is sad. And then you just close it and like clear your history and shame.
right? Like,
Let's go see this shit.
Nah, sometimes like, and I forget to clear my history. I forget to even just take it off of like, because I'll watch my phone and I'll go into like a grocery store and I'll be in the line and I'll be like, oh, I wonder what the weather is going to be. Go to my Chrome and it's still like,
Yeah, that's
Oh my
why.
God.
That's why Pornhub makes an app, which is
I didn't know that.
genius. Yeah, I don't think they have it for iOS, so gotta have an Android. But yeah, clutch.
That sucks.
Yeah, you ever go through like your search history and like you like search it and you're like, oh, I remember that.
yeah, I have some favorites.
Right.
Yeah, you go back. to
Yeah.
history to find it.
Because I'll watch like a new one and I'll be like, this is lame. And I'll be like, where's that other one?
I don't watch.
Yeah.
I rarely watch porn on my phone.
Yeah, that's what all these spots on your desk are, I guess, huh?
You just watch it on all these four screens.
He puts them all on. He's got 4 different ones. He cranks up the volume. He's like, yeah, I didn't see this one, but hear this one.
You know what I usually do? So for those of you who can't see, there's a big TV here and there's 3 monitors there. What I do is I'll get what I want, and then if I'm not sure, I'll do like I call it like Bohemian Roulette because I'm half white or half black and half Bohemian, and I'll strip down. And I'll put my knees or my feet up on the base of the wheel, and I'll spin, and wherever I land, that's what I finish to.
Really?
Yeah.
How many cucumbers does it take to finish that move?
So it really depends. The worst is when I face the skeleton. Then it's like, oh, this sucks, but I'm already committed.
It's like a game of jerk off roulette.
Yeah, 100%.
God, remember when ChatRoulette was like still like kind of pure and you could get on there and just take your dick out and not get banned?
What are you talking about? ChatRoulette?
You've never heard of ChatRoulette?
No.
So
How old are you, by the way? So we can get because
I'll be 33 on Tuesday.
yeah, you're the young one. That must be a young kid.
Have you heard of ChatRoulette? Has anyone here heard of
Yeah,
ChatRoulette?
I have.
You have because you
I've
live with
been on it.
Hervey.
So ChatRoulette is
Met him.
you just get on and then you set up your webcam and your mic and it just plants you with somebody randomly, some other webcam person. And it used to be when it first came out, there'd be lots of dudes and you could just take your dick out and then just troll people all day. Or like some people would get on ChatRoulette and like it would be like a young guy wearing a bra. And like some guy with his dick out would be like, "Oh my God, I've hit the fucking megaload. Here's a chick." Because mostly it was dudes, and then all of a sudden it's like they slowly pan up, and it's like it's a dude, and then they're just like no, because he's like automatically feels gay because the guy's like getting after it, you know, and then he finds out it's a man. Oh God, I can't even imagine what that would feel like.
How many times have you done it to people?
I've never done it to anybody. I have too hairy of a chest, so it doesn't work out.
So you've got primed up, sat in your chair, got comfy, because I'm assuming back then we weren't using phones.
There's been one time where I think when ChatRoulette was like really good, I was like 18, and then I got back on when I was like 20 just to try it out, and I was like drunk and desperate, and I was like, okay. I pulled my dick out. I was like, maybe I'll find a chick on here who wants to see some of this. And so it's the second I get on, a woman pops up. I was like, perfect. And then all of a sudden, the screen goes black, and it's like, you've been banned. And they do an IP ban. So
that's your night is screwed.
I was like, since when? It's like, this is not the ChatRoulette I know.
Like that, is that the days of AIM, AOL Instant Messenger?
Yeah, I've never.
Like, this is like 2010, so I don't know.
Okay, so that's like later.
More of the
years.
day.
So you were
Skype days.
Yeah, you were
MySpace days.
definitely into it.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't really into the internet. I didn't understand chat groups. Like I was still talking to real people back then.
Yeah, with your pager.
Yes.
Page me, and then I'll call you from a payphone.
What were you doing on ChatRoulette?
Oh, I just was checking it out. I was with my sister. She had come to visit me, like, I don't know for what reason, but we got on ChatRoulette. And there was this fat guy that showed up, and his dick was so small. He was like twiddling it between his fingers.
like rolling a joint. Like, is that a stylus?
Those are guys in the gym shorts that come to the club and they get a boner and
draw
the
blood?
boner's like just this big.
You motherfucker! Like,
No, I'm just like, you poor thing.
And they're probably like, you ever see anything this fucking big before? Fucking all me, baby. Yeah. Rub that on you. Ooh, I want to see you blush.
He is such a creep.
yeah, right.
I'm a sick bastard.
So I totally get that. I totally get like, the small dicks, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
But what if he's a nice guy?
I couldn't even see his face.
Yeah, nobody's
me.
like aiming at their like
All I could-
angling. It's like, oh, you can see my face. And my
What up, girl? You want some little dick in your life? You want some sausage?
sausage?
So so you say you have a guy in his jogging pants, which it makes sense. If you're sitting around with a boner, jogging pants are the best ones to have. And so,
I'd like to take a second to thanks today's sponsor, for making gym shorts and track pants since.
yeah, because they're wearing like sweatpants, right? Like that's what we're.
yeah, sweatpants.
And so, why are you upset over the size of his penis? He's still giving you $40, right?
I'm not upset. I just feel bad because like I feel it, and I'm just like, listen, like they're small. There's like really, really small, and I'm just like, you poor thing. I don't feel bad. Like he still deserves love. Of course he does.
Like, I hope he gives me all these dimes in that roll.
Man.
Why would you feel bad? That's why he's there, and he's giving you $40, and you're judging him.
I am. I'm thinking this in my brain, and I'm just like, like, because I got a big ass, and like my one butt cheek just completely covers it. And I'm just like, like try to help him out.
Oh God.
Hey, mama's gonna leave a stain. Oops.
I don't know.
So,
Yeah, I don't know why I feel bad. I feel bad because, like, guys go there because they're not getting something that they're needing. So first of all, like, I feel bad for that, but at the same time, like, that's what I do, like touch therapy, like seductive therapy, whatever. And I don't know, but like the tiny boner thing, you can't help it. You can't help what you have.
true
You
that.
still
Yeah,
deserve
it is pretty sad
love.
for men.
Yeah, like
I mean, if you watch 600-Pound Life, there's women on there that like they rake in men.
Yeah, there's fat chick fetishes, but no fat dude fetishes.
Yeah.
There probably are. We just don't hear about.
well,
those.
my guitar player loves like fat guys with beards. Like that's her thing. The
Oh.
bigger the belly,
See,
the hotter he is.
hater.
And Jack Black is like her favorite.
Dang.
Yeah, but he's
I
not-
love his
he's-
YouTube channel.
He's not really big though. I see.
Like big, but like that's what she likes though. She likes
He's
big
they're-
old.
they're not getting- he's not getting a TLC
It's a.
episode.
So what's her dad? You should see what her dad looks like. Do you know her dad? 'Cause she
I
may have
know.
her dad may look like that, or her grandpa. We need to have some therapy with her. She needs to come in and have some touch therapy with Jeremy.
So, question before we totally forget about it is like,
Yeah.
when it comes to your cuddle therapy, are there like awkward boner moments? Like,
Oh, for sure. And, I have to lay down the rules at the beginning because a lot of them will try to be like, well, what are you wearing during your session? And I'm like, I'm wearing leggings and a t-shirt and you're wearing
You're about to wear my
pants.
you're wearing a leather apron.
Yeah, you're wearing pants and a
Chaps.
shirt.
I'm wearing chaps and a wife beater.
Because they'll be like, well, I like
Don't make me use
That's
my
a
wife
great look for you.
they'll be like, I really like skin to skin contact. That's what makes me. And I'm like, that's not
That's cuddling. That's called fucking.
Yeah.
You fucking pervert.
Personally, I love boner to vag contact when I cuddle.
I like my cuddles like at least 2.5 inches deep.
Yes. Yeah, but yeah, I feel their boner and I guess I'm used to it from dancing. It doesn't really bother me. Like what are they going to do? Like they're aroused. Of course they are. He's spooning me, my ass. You know what I mean? Like you can only get so platonic, right?
Well, I think just the connection immediately.
For
'Cause
sure.
we had talked about it a couple weeks ago. Mr. Pervy over here grinding your boner on unsuspecting teen dancers.
They weren't unsuspecting. They were craving it.
But
We're
it's
talking
like,
about teen dances.
yeah, like going to a teen dance.
And I was also a teen. Let's get this straight. I'm not like 30 years old. Like, hey,
He was there with the DJ to help set up.
I'm coming to prom this year.
Hey, remember me?
Like that? I banged your mom.
And so, like when I was a kid, like it sucked because I would dance with my back arch so that my boner wasn't dragging into her leg. Where perfect person over here is like, no, I just grind up on him. I'm assuming she's dancing, I mean, she must want it. If she's as horny as me. And so, like,
It's probably true.
Yeah,
Probably true.
nothing sexual about the dance, just like that close connection. You can't fucking help it. You're like,
Right,
oh my
yeah.
God, this sucks. Please don't feel it. Please don't feel it. And so you arc your back.
Or maybe you're saying, please feel it. And she turns around and she just grabs it. And she's like, yes, daddy.
That was like my deepest fantasy. If that would have happened to me, I would have just died and gone straight to heaven.
I will drink out of your toilet. Let's go.
Yeah. I would have been like,
That's my jam.
it would have been like that Bruce Lee, like, I would have just been like, yes, yes. And then I've been like, okay, please let go.
I'm getting out of here.
I feel strangely disappointed in myself, but I should feel better in about 10 minutes. I just got to go reset and drink a glass of milk.
Milk was a bad choice.
Oh my God. Yeah, I couldn't imagine that happened. But to me, that's funny that the white experience, that's that privilege creeping through.
Well, what about, male cuddlers? Would you guys be open to that? Like, obviously not cuddling with men, but would you be the male cuddler cuddling like older women, maybe like women in their 80s? Because as a cuddler and a dancer, we have to be open to everybody, like tall, short, fat, skinny, smelly, smell good.
See, that's my thing. I'm big on body odor,
Yeah.
and old people stink. It's not their fault.
It's not their fault, but those are probably the ones that need it the most.
So as a cuddler, as a male cuddler, and people are coming to me for my service, is it expected that I don't get a boner? If I get a boner, is that unprofessional? Or is it like,
Good question.
hey, how come you don't have a boner? You're hurting my feelings.
What the fuck? Where'd you learn to cuddle, baby? This ain't mama's first rodeo. I paid good money for that wood.
I actually don't have an answer to that question, to be honest.
Do you know a lot of male cuddlers?
Like, I could see like an 80-year-old woman like being like, where's the boner? The boner's my favorite part. Or maybe that's just my ego. Like,
I even put in my good teeth to take out. I don't know.
Oh, she wanted to give you gummies.
Yes, that's a bucket lister.
bucket lister.
I
Well, go down to Colorado Springs. You could probably take care of that with a little Little bag of salt. Who wants it?
Bag of salt.
Haru. Yeah, because it looks.
Oh, people like salt.
Yeah, exactly. I had something. This goddamn lemon pepper.
Hanging out, fucking old folks home with just handfuls of salt, just tossing fucking salt into the air.
I was thinking it looks like meth.
Oh.
And people will be like, oh, and that's where all the Colorado Springs meth headed.
Okay, but they're not going to have all their teeth missing. They're going to have that one jagged one. They go, I don't know.
They're gonna
Well, you
have
could
that
take
one
care of that. You just go down there with like a Leatherman and be like, oh, but before you start, let me just get that.
Knock the other one out. Like, no, no. I wanted her to have lost her teeth the old-fashioned way.
Which is how?
Child-
The dentist?
After childbirth.
Child.
Because of the calcium.
The calcium, yeah.
Yeah. I want the natural. She lost her teeth because her body just was failing her.
You know, I
'Cause
knew
then her self-esteem is going to plummet.
I knew a guy who had a condition when he was born. He was born with no enamel. His body didn't produce enamel. So like all his teeth like
It's odd.
eroded.
It's odd. That's what you think about. We're talking about gum jobs.
Well, yeah, it's like the only guy I knew who
Missing,
was
like-
like had no teeth.
It's like, I cuddled him.
Maybe he was giving gum jobs.
Maybe, but surprisingly, he could still bite and chew an apple with no teeth.
Well, you still have your jaw.
Yeah, but you would think
still
like
got the
what's
muscles of mastication.
I know, but like what's cutting? You just think like, doesn't that hurt? And he's like, no, it doesn't hurt. And I was like, what's cutting through the apple? It's just gum. It seems like it would hurt.
Do you know his name?
Gotta
I
get someone
forgot
to
it.
chew your food for you and then put it in your mouth.
Oh, like
I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a cake. Like, I'm gonna masticate this food
Yeah.
and put it in your mouth, dirty little.
There you go. Make $40 that way.
Yeah, you can make it a
$40. You
fucking
fucking
an ASMR episode too.
You could have a channel. People would watch that. I would watch that. I'd pay to watch some guy with no teeth gum an apple.
Yeah,
Why?
while he's getting hot wax on his nipples or something.
No.
Yeah, right. That's your
No, because it
you're
takes it to
craving
the
that.
other
shit.
extreme. No, I'm not. Pain is not my thing.
Yeah, you just want to see it.
No point. No.
You want to see some
I
hot wax.
don't even want to watch
nipples.
people in pain. Watching people that are uncomfortable takes me out of the mood. In general, I'm a hedonist. It's all about pleasure. As soon as the other person's uncomfortable, I'm out of it. That's why there's not a person on this earth that can say I've ever pressured them into sex or anything like that because I don't.
What if
believe
they
them.
look really comfortable while drinking a whole lot of urine?
First of all, I wouldn't put myself in that situation. Two, I don't think you can be.
I'm sure you can, because I've seen 2 Girls, 1 Cup, and they were loving that shit.
But we
literally, they were.
But we know that was pudding.
No, it's hard. I mean, first of all, you got to pack the pudding in there for it to come out.
Yeah, you can clean it out.
Could be
And
right.
still,
pudding.
by that point,
that
it's
pudding?
technically shit. If you shove something up in there and then you poop it out, it's still poop.
You can clean it out though.
And then they eat it and then they puke
You
it
get
on
a
you.
coffee enema.
And then they puke
Now
it
you
on you.
have
That's
like a
still
chocolate
puke. It's like,
microwave.
oh, I'm puking pudding on you. It's just pudding.
No, that's disgusting. The vomit thing.
It's but the poop. I don't care if it's coming out of your ass, but if it's coming out of your stomach, oh my god, get the fuck out of here.
It's just where he draws the line.
There's so much. You have the hydrochloric acid. You have all the kinds of stuff. There's a lot more dangerous things in there. I could eat the center of the pudding,
And the center
still-
of the pudding,
and it's still pudding.
How many licks does it take?
Exactly. You have her break it off, and you stick your finger through the center and lick your finger. If you need chocolate that bad,
be like, damn, I didn't know Jell-O had corn.
candy corn.
Yeah,
Halloween time.
right.
Don't ruin the fantasy.
Corn on the cob.
Yes.
Slap on my knob.
I can't believe you haven't heard that song.
No.
I'd play it if we weren't going to get a
No.
copyright.
Yeah, they'll hit like immediately. So Facebook don't play around. So, right back. If you cuddled me, do you think you get a boner?
No.
No, you don't think so, or you're sure?
I think if I went into a cuddle session knowing it was professional and that even if the woman...
Your penis doesn't give a fuck if it's professional or not.
Yeah, but if I went in knowing, like, this is professional, my mind would prevent it from happening. Unless she turned around and grabbed her and was like, oh yeah, I want some of this cuddle time.
And she's like 80.
Yeah.
Well, even then, I would feel, if I'm not physically attracted, I would feel like I was being raped.
I think you get lost in the moment.
No.
So going back to you,
The 80-year-old, like, Rose from Titanic moment? I don't think so.
she's kind of hot. Have you?
You could be my Jack Dawson,
Yeah.
and I could be your Rose. Your pink rose.
Oh, yes.
Your rosebud. During a cuddle session, or we can even go into as a stripper giving a lap dance. Has there ever been a moment like going into it you were not excited, but then you caught yourself by the end of it, like, oh my god, I think I've completely changed because again
Yeah.
we're up close and there's physical contact. So like that's the thing. I may not go into the such situation think I'm gonna get a boner, and then halfway through it because you're spending time with the individual, you're up close and personal. You're sharing electrons and you're caught up in the moment and you're playing your good twerking song.
Sharing electronics?
Electrons. Cake is playing in the background.
Here's my VCR.
Yes, baby. Yo, never there.
See? Something has ever happened?
Yeah, so you touched on, the closeness. So, we all have preconceived notions and judgments, especially when it comes to like looks.
Right.
So when you're taking somebody, if you get close with them, you don't realize the chemistry that's happening until it happens.
Yeah.
So like there have been times where there has been chemistry, which is great for me because it helps my services that much more when I can feel that chemistry because they can feel it too.
Of course.
And then they're like, oh, hell yeah. And then they pay more. I have learned to separate myself from that chemistry. Like, even though I could feel it and I love it, like, I'm not going to ask the dude on a date afterwards, but just kind of like living in that moment of like the butterflies or, when you were a teenager and just got really excited about being close to somebody. Like, that's what I hope to give to all people, but that doesn't always happen.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
You ever farted while giving someone a lap dance? You're not gonna hear it.
Like,
So random. Like,
Go back to my archives.
well, seriously though, like I have to think about it because there are times where I probably have wanted to. Obviously, like
I hate this guy. Put that little dick away. Trying to blow it back. She dick off me.
but there's been times, guys, I've requested like stuff like that. I had this one request where this guy wanted me to
Is it the club or this is
at
cuddling?
the club.
Okay.
Oh yeah, like this guy wanted me to literally like punch him in the face while I was.
For $40.
Yeah, I mean, no, that costs more. Like if you
Okay.
want like kinky shit, like
You want a black eye? It's gonna be 80.
yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, I'm just back there hitting him and security's like, are you
No.
okay? And I'm like, it's okay. He wants me to do this. And he just wants me to hit him like harder. Yeah, that's what he wanted. And then I did have this other guy. Now this is kind of an edge for me, but this guy wanted me to act like I was a little girl. Like giving a dance and like being
Fringe.
like,
Shit on it.
don't touch me there, like no daddy no, like that's what he wanted. And it felt really wrong to me, but at the same time like I'm thinking, okay, if that's what he's wanting and he comes to these types of places to do that and he's not actually doing that,
Right.
then like
That kind of makes that's a good way to look at it. It's like he's not doing it to an actual child.
Yeah.
He's doing it with you
right
for money in a controlled environment.
right
And you got
yes.
bills to pay. Like, yeah, I got bills. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, but it made me feel real awkward.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Had to like go home and like take a hot
I
scolding
had to go
shower
home. I
after
had to
that.
go home, change my diaper, and I was like, "This is too much. I'm not doing this again."
Man. Well,
Pacifier tasted funny. It's weird.
Yep.
yeah. It's weird.
How much do you charge for a cuddle session?
So I'm $100 an hour and I have
God.
a 2-hour minimum.
Nice.
Oh, there's no way.
How
yeah.
busy do you get?
Honestly, it's not that busy. When I first started,
I do a couple a week.
Yeah, when I first started cuddling, I would get a couple cuddle sessions, and sometimes they want longer than 2 hours. Sometimes, like, there's this one guy that he just wanted to like lay in his bed, cuddle, and watch anime for like 6 hours, and he would feed me. He would like, if I wanted food, he'd order me food. He had like snacks. He had drinks. Like,
He's jealous.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
like,
I don't see him
fuck.
anymore though, which is kind of.
I don't
sad,
like anime, but I watch anime for fucking $100 an hour, and I get a meal.
Which cartoon?
I don't know. I don't know anything about anime.
I'm not talking to you.
You're looking right at me.
Well, I can't
Fucking
fucking
freak.
turn like a 360 degrees.
Okay, but you can look anywhere else in the room except for me. You got 208 or 340.
Anyways, which cartoon was it?
Well, what's fucked
Staring
up
in
is
my
that I
eyes.
love anime and I don't even remember the anime it was.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't that memorable, whatever it was.
Yeah, it's got to be the right show for me.
Yeah.
I like a lot, but there's some. First of all, for some reason I can watch Korean films and like I can watch foreign films with subtitles, no problem. But when it comes to anime, it's got to be dubbed in English for me to get into it. I can't watch subtitles with an anime cartoon. Don't know why. Just
I don't like subtitles in general.
That's funny because I love subtitles. I love hearing the Japanese language.
yeah. So I like subtitles, and I have subtitles on all my movie collection, even in the English stuff.
I'm not a fast reader. That's my problem. So I'm paying attention to what's going. Oh, that's interesting. You look up and the scene's already gone. I've lost the moment. So to me, I'm just not a fast reader.
Yeah, makes sense.
So like watching with subtitles, closed captions. Nope, I can't get into that. So
Maybe they
Kudos to
should have
those.
like a charades version for you.
why are you trying to just be hurtful?
It's not hurtful. It's charades.
I'm willing to stick my fist up your ass, and this is how you treat me.
I'm giving you charades, okay?
But you're saying that I need to watch. How would you make a movie where charades was how the dialogue went? Let's just be realistic about this. If you're going to insult me, fill in the gaps for me, please.
Well, you would need it would be like a deaf person thing. They have to have a little, picture in picture of the interpreter. And of course there would be a charades interpreter. Specific for this reason. Okay? I mean, just imagine it. I mean,
Okay, so I'm watching a movie.
dances and then Dances with Wolves. Yeah, and then he's like,
2 words.
yeah. And then you'd be like, I totally get it.
2 words. Suck off an Indian. That's what I like.
2 words sucking off an Indian. Yeah.
That's what I got from that.
And
At
then
gunpoint.
like, and it's like, meh. No, this was American Psycho with Christian Bale. That was the coat hanger scene. Just kidding.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that.
You've never seen
I'm
it?
not a big Christian Bale fan.
My favorite scene in that movie is where he's like fucking the 2 girls and he's looking at himself in the mirror.
Yes, he's like pointing. He's like, yeah.
It's like flexing and he's like, yeah.
Yeah, he's totally into himself. Oh, that movie is priceless. It really is.
It's cool when she's into it, but
Well, because like that scene is just like, first of all, he loves your music, like Huey Lewis and the News. Like,
how is that my music?
that is something you would listen to. I can
Not
already
during
tell.
sex.
Well, right. He's not listening to it during sex, but like he's talking about like all the different albums of like Huey Lewis and the News, and yeah. And all the while, like there's all this plastic everywhere, and he's like going to put on a raincoat, and he's like dancing around it with an axe. Yeah, it's a pretty great movie.
Okay, maybe I'll watch it.
There's
It is a good movie.
There's some sick parts, but a lot of it is just like, if you read between the lines, it's hilarious.
It's kind of ridiculous in some scenes. Like
Mhm.
there's this one scene because the main character, he's kind of like super OCD and he's with his business friends and he's got like they're all looking at each other's business cards. And like the main character, Christian Bale's character, he's looking at the business card. He's like, "Oh my god, this is like cream background with raised font, Helvetica."
Yeah. Yeah, it's like eggshell glaze or whatever. It's like got this texture, and he's like, it's fucking perfect. And he's like so angry, like that this guy's business card is like classier than his. He's like just fucking getting enraged across the table. Yeah, and they're all like, yeah, check out this fucker, and they're all like, yeah, like they're like playing cards or like, you know, it's hilarious.
Getting boners over business cards.
Oh yeah, and then they're like, whoever can get into like this particular restaurant is like, it's like, oh my god, he got into wherever. I can't remember the name of the restaurant off the top of my head, but
Just kind of it sounds absurd, like as far as the movie.
it's like literally like if the movie Wall Street, like if it was
a
about
serial
their
killer,
guys.
right? That's the whole point. He's a serial killer.
Yeah,
Okay.
so like, and then, yeah, like all of a sudden he starts like indulging these fantasies, and like it starts out like he goes up to like a homeless dude in an alley and like pays him like $100 to kick the shit out of him, and then eventually it upgrades to murder, and then he starts going in on these prostitutes, and then yeah, and then like he'll catch up with one in like a dark alleyway in his limo, and she's like, I don't know, it's gonna cost you extra because the doctor said you really messed me up that last time. And then like he'll be like having sex with him, and he'll be like, 1 second. And like cuts to a scene of him like opening up this drawer, and it's just like torture utensils, like a bent coat hanger and like pliers and like a hammer.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and then she runs away from him, which this scene is like iconic, but it's not exactly believable. She's running away from him down like this spiral staircase, and he starts a chainsaw and drops the chainsaw down the stairs and gets her.
Blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Never seen. Oh, maybe it's on Netflix. I'll look it up.
I don't know, man. That's kind of cringe to be on
Yeah.
Netflix.
You talked me into it.
It's
And I got hunted down.
Crimes against women is not like.
and he's very knowledgeable about like musicians and like albums, and he'll be listening to an album when somebody's over, and then he just rattles off like 1986. The
See, it
police
sounds
did
good, but
blah, blah.
I don't like Christian Bale. I don't know. He's just a weird. I don't know. I don't like him.
He grows into his weirdness in this movie, but it's great. I
Okay.
mean, it's brilliant, honestly.
Give
it
it a
worked-
chance.
It worked for Batman,
Yeah.
but there's other stuff. I like The Machinist because I appreciate what he went through. I don't know. He's just one of them actors. I don't go out of my way. That's probably why I haven't seen it in the first place. Because I mean, it sounds amazing. I enjoy like those type of movies.
I would say just watch it to check it off the list, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. But it's one of those things where it's like you really should see it because it's a part of Americana.
Right. Makes sense. You sold it. I appreciate that. You went the extra mile to talk me into
Well,
it.
yeah, because I'd like to be able to sit down and talk with you about it. It's one of those movies like it's fun to talk about with friends, because like every time like I watch it, I see something new, and like every time I talk with someone about it, they bring something to my attention that I didn't catch from before. So it's like it's always like there's always a new hidden gem.
That's how I feel about Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. You ever seen that movie?
Don't be a menace.
To South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. It's a Wayans Brothers film, but it makes fun of all the black films like Juice, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. It's ridiculously stupid. I'll watch American
think I've seen it.
Psycho. You watch that, and then we'll discuss.
I feel like I have seen it, but I don't remember.
You ain't seen it because you be laughing about it. Have you seen it?
Nope.
Have you seen it? No. Do you like Wayans Brothers comedy? Like the first scary movie?
Yeah.
Then you were like,
They lost me at White Chicks though.
yeah, they're hit or miss. And what's the one, Little Man?
Oh yeah, that one was so stupid.
They're hit or miss.
Oh man, yeah,
was
it's the little
cool,
baby that's a full-grown black man.
yeah, they're trying to steal. Yeah, White Chicks, that wasn't made for us. It was made for you guys.
Then what are you saying us for? You're the only. There's no us in
It wasn't
here.
made for white girls. It wasn't made. White Chicks wasn't made for us. It was made for you guys.
Made for me, you mean? It wasn't made for me.
Yeah.
When you say us, I think, oh, is he giving me like honorary like membership?
No,
I was like, okay,
you're way too racist.
not really. I'm just real.
Real racist. So when talking to Brian about today, he told me I had to ask you about working at the post office and shitting in a bucket.
Oh damn!
My kryptonite, right? I told you I was an open book, but that closed it.
Listen, that's a good story. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good story. Being in the post office, you have a route. I was a rural carrier, So
And this is in Florida?
in Boulder.
In Boulder, okay.
Yeah, in Boulder. So, I'm on my route and it's all just houses. Like there's nowhere to stop and like you have to stay on your route. So, sometimes when shit hits you, it just fucking hits you.
No, yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Like you got like T-minus 3 minutes or else it's just coming out on its own, right? So like I had to figure out what I was going to do. So all I had was this like bucket that we have that we
So it wasn't a bucket. It was those mail
It was like
containers.
those milk containers.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
not a designated shit bucket.
Nope.
Which I would think you would have one of those if that's
Right.
what if it was like that. I assume if you got a shit, you can just go and then come back and pick up your route.
That never happened to me before.
Okay.
And usually I don't have things like that happen to me. Usually I'm pretty like on like the clock of when my
Right.
schedule is. So yeah, no, I had to like get on the side of the road by a field and like take one of those like mail buckets and put it in the back so nobody could see me. And I just let loose and it was not solid.
Oh no.
It was not solid. And then I had to like fucking fling it in the field to get rid of the evidence.
The entire bucket or just the
So
shit?
you destroyed government property, or did you?
The shit went
Okay.
into the field and then I put the bucket in the field behind the club that I worked at because I didn't know what was supposed
Oh, I thought you were gonna like have to take it back to work. Like, I'm gonna just put this back here.
Mail back in, and she's like scraping. She's using somebody's mail just to scrape it up.
No.
Get the excess out.
Oh, that would be horrible. Can you imagine like going to work and like grabbing like one of the standard old buckets? Oh, I gotta fill up my bucket of mail today. Oh my god, it's full of shit.
So now my go-to is I have like a Home Depot bucket and I carry cat litter with me. And I even bought one of those
You're my
like
fucking hero. I didn't care where this story goes. The fact that you can't cat litter.
buy one of those toilet seats from Amazon that go on top of the bucket so you can
Mhm.
comfortably sit on the bucket and you just like I'll put like a bag with some cat litter in there and then just poop and then just scoop a little more like cat litter in there and
Put your foot in like cats do. That's
Get a
brilliant.
little shovel.
Yeah. Gotta save the litter. Get rid of the shit.
well, I went on a 3-month road trip this year because COVID just drove me insane. I was like, I
Right.
get the fuck out of here. So like I drove all over to the East Coast and I had the shit bucket and it saved me so many times. I was in New Jersey and me and my friend were looking for a place to park and it was just raining. And that irresistible urge to shit came on again. I was like, oh my God.
Mama's got this.
Oh, so like we have this pop-up privacy tent where you literally just throw it and just like pop, and it's just like a privacy tent. So he popped it up and put the cat litter in there for me so I could just do my business in the fucking rain. And a cop comes by and stops and he's asking my friend, he's like, is everything okay? He's like, yeah, she just had an emergency. And I'm just like sitting there shitting. I'm like,
God.
Wait, was the bucket in or you just threw cat litter in the bottom of the tent?
wait, what? What's the question?
You said he popped the tent and just threw cat litter in there.
No, the bucket.
Okay.
The bucket.
Dang, well, you said cat litter. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say.
I don't give a fuck. The bucket is getting in the way. It's easier to ball up.
Put it in
when
the
it's not
tent.
in the bucket.
I need some privacy.
But we're like, yeah, it's a bucket still. It's got Bluetooth and it's got a bidet.
Saying like that's a game changer to have the privacy tent and the bucket. Like you can literally shit.
Yeah, I need one for the bus.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
times.
But it's still gonna stink in there.
No, the cat litter will cover it up. I'm assuming it's got to do a good job. We just shake the fucking bucket.
You gotta, you dispose of it like trash.
Yeah. I had a moment like that where I really thought I was gonna have to shit. I've shit in a bag in my car before, but that's
Fuck, as a paper sack or what?
no, it's like a grocery bag.
Do you like put your legs in the holes, then just bring it all up like a
I'm
like a
trying to
diaper?
remember. I think the person who I was with at the time, I had them hold it open.
Oh no! But also, that's really awesome for them. Like, wow.
That's a deep
That's the end of our
connection.
friendship. Yeah, there's no way. Okay, well, it was a plastic bag, so did you loop one around your cock? So then he pulled from the back?
No, I think I had them like hold it like this,
Oh, yeah. Like,
in the back seat, and then I just squatted over top of the bag while they held it,
Oh my god.
and then I threw it out the window.
were they you?
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
When was this?
This was senior year of high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Is
you,
it a boy or a girl that held it?
Girl. Yeah.
Damn. Dude, that's like a loyal person in high
you
school.
teen danced her, didn't you? You teen danced the fuck out of her.
No, she was ugly.
Would you hold a bag for him to shit in now? And you guys been together, what, 10 years?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
She says no, but she would. If it was an emergency, I know she would.
Yeah, you had no legs.
Yeah, just put you in the fucking bag. Go ahead, buddy. But
The
what?
only reason is because it was in the middle of the day and I was in a parking lot and I wasn't going to make it in and there was nowhere I could drive in time. So it was literally over at the movie theater parking lot, like over here.
Like Elvis?
No, Bulls Crossing.
Okay.
And then I just,
Like, you want to watch this movie or not? Daddy's got a shit.
I don't remember. I don't remember what I was doing before or after.
You want some of that? You want some butter in your popcorn? Hold this fucking bag.
No. But no, there was another time where on the bus back here where I thought I was going to shit. I thought I was going to shit my pants on the bus.
Recently?
Yeah, on the bus
Okay,
back
last
from
year?
Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're
But there's
texting.
a bathroom on the bus.
I know, but there was like all these black people
I ain't
like
got
sleeping,
time.
and like there were all these black people sleeping, and their heads were like right next to the bathroom door. I was like, man, I can't do that to them. I can't fucking shit, and then
Why are you so afraid of confrontation?
not confrontation. It's just that's
You go in there,
If I was
you
sleeping
take a
and then-
shit, and when you come out, you make eye contact.
first of all, you don't shit on a bus bathroom.
That's what it's there for.
It's there for number one. Number two, if it's an emergency.
Was
thought
it
it was-
not an emergency? You thought you were going to shit yourself.
Yeah, it's because I ate like a pound of that spicy jerky, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was cramping so bad. Yeah, eventually I got to it. I was just sitting there because I was like dozing, like listening to my audiobook. I was like, man, this is not bad at all. Next thing it was like, I was like, I was like, I can't even listen to this anymore. I had to pause it.
This is the worst book ever. It's making me shit.
I had to pause it because I was getting like so worked up. I couldn't focus on the story anymore. And it was just like making me more like anxious, like hearing words. I was like, like this, because immediately I was overcome with like raw fear. Like, what am I gonna do? This is bad. This is really bad. What the fuck did I do? Like, I was just like swearing, like cursing myself. And I was like,
It's in the middle of the night. Everybody's sleeping.
yeah, because it was like an overnight bus trip. So it was like 2:30 in the morning. Everyone was sleeping. I was like, I can't shit back there.
That's the best time.
Right.
When people are sleeping.
Yeah, because then you're going to come out and you're going to be like, what do you like that smell? And I'll just be like, well, I had to poop. It's like, no, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm better than that.
Scurry away.
I'm
But
better
it's
than
the
that.
bathrooms in those things stink anyway.
I don't know. I never went
Got
into
that hint of that blue dye.
We finally is like, we're going to be stopping for a quick stop here in blah, 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 Nebraska. And feel free to use. I was like, oh, thank God. And I got there and I couldn't shit.
Oh no.
I was cramping, but I couldn't shit. I was like, no, fuck that. I'm going to fucking shit. I'm going to fucking shit. I just sat there. I was like,
Just reach over there and grab it.
I was like, I got a little bit of poop out and I was like, okay, I'm good.
Just enough to take the pressure off.
Yeah. I was like, because I was thinking if I had to push that hard and nothing really came out, I'll be good for the rest of the 4 hours or 6 hours or whatever.
And what's funny is the bus driver probably saw you. Because this is what he does. So he knows the look. And he's just rolling, oh, that white dude's got a shit.
Yeah, I'm the only guy who got off the fucking bus. It was like 2:30 in the morning. Everybody else was sleeping. I'm like, I gotta get off. And I'm like sweating. So of course he knows what the fuck is going on. No one gets off at 2:30 in the morning sweating who isn't either A, shitting, or B, smoking meth.
Because he probably thought you were doing both.
Yeah. I was like, all cracked out, like, I gotta get off, man. I gotta take a shit, baby. Yeah, exactly.
Wombats leaving the cave.
My lips are all like dry and white, like pasty, like, ooh.
You got a Walmart bag on you, man?
Yeah. Like all scratching my neck and shit.
You would think because of the instance when you were in 12th grade that you would just carry those bags with you
I don't get it.
to shit in
I mean, but you
as a
would be,
backup.
like in a bag on a bus.
Yeah,
You
like
never
I'm gonna
know.
like be like, hey buddy,
Yeah.
can you hold this? And then I'm just gonna squat over you. Just hold it right over your lap like that. I'll stand on top of your thighs and you can just hold it.
And he's like, why don't you just go shit in the back? Nobody's just back there. Hold the fucking bag. We're making it so goddamn difficult.
You're embarrassing me.
Come on, be a team player.
I'll give you $5 and a Snickers.
You can and let you tap into the audiobook.
Yeah, I'll give you one of my earbuds. It's a Stephen King. I'm already halfway through, but you'll catch up.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, those are my closest shit stories. I mean, there's, yeah, bad.
I've had a few, but I've always made it.
Oh man, there's one time I didn't make it. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I told you guys this story. I was at Harvard Gulch Golf Course with a buddy
Is
of
that
mine.
here?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a small par 3 over like by DU. And
DU is.
okay, so Colorado Boulevard in Hampton.
Okay.
It's close to there. You go further down Colorado. Anyways, yeah. And at this time, I'm not drinking, but I had taken a bunch of Robitussin. And Robitussin will make you shit. And I'm like getting to the 9th hole. So there's on a par 3, there's only 9 holes. Getting to the 9th hole, and I was like, I gotta shit. And
Yeah,
Is that me?
it's me.
so I was gonna have to shit, and I was like, I'll just finish out this last hole, and we were going to tee off, and I was like, you gotta have to take my clubs, dude. I'm not gonna make it. And I go get into the clubhouse, and I say, where I didn't know where the bathroom was, and then he tells me where the bathroom is. I shoot back there, and I'm having to fumble like with my belt, and like everything so quickly.
Yeah.
It's like,
Just loosening it up.
yeah, and then I get that undone, and I pull my pants down. Shit starts shooting out of my ass, and half my shit goes over the back of the toilet onto the wall, and the other half of the shit goes down my pant leg.
No.
Yeah, and then so like a third on the wall in the toilet, a third down my pant leg, and then the final third actually makes it where it's supposed to go. I finish up. I can see that there's shit down my pant leg.
He's with a friend, by the way.
Right.
And I didn't drive. And I look, and the toilet seat's all just covered in shit. The walls got shit. The floor's got shit. And I was just like,
At a golf club.
I am not cleaning this up. So I was just like, I pull my pants up, and by this time it's cold. So I got like this cold jelly, like, because it's like, and then so I get all buttoned up,
Smelly
and then I
jelly.
like walk out of walk out into the pro shop. I'm like, yeah, see you later. Like nothing went wrong, when clearly everything went wrong. And then I get to the car, and then I'm just like, I'm ready to go home now. I was just like, hopefully he does not smell the shit that's in my
He
pants.
had to have.
He
He had
didn't.
a hint of it.
And he's like, yeah, you want to come back to my place and hang out? I was like, I really need to go home and shower and take a nap.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like bummed out. He's like, yeah, oh, you don't want to come on? I was like, yeah, no, I can't. I need to go home and take a shower. I'm just tired. Yeah, I'm sweating in the golf. Yeah, I just need to. Maybe later we'll hang out.
All
And
I'm
I'm like,
thinking is the poor janitor that had to be like,
yeah.
nice establishment. I'll never have to like deal with,
Oh yeah.
Everybody does this shit around here.
Well, first of all, I've been
Nice,
on the
wholesome white
I've been on the
guys.
receiving end of that before. When I used to work at the movie theater, I went in to go because you have to do bathroom checks every 30 minutes, and then you go in and then you'll check the bathroom, and if it looks good, you'll sign off on it. I went in there, and there's shit everywhere. There's shit on the toilet seat. There's shit on the floor. Shit on the wall, and there's shit where someone had wiped their ass and then like smeared it down the tile wall. It was
I
a
think
pure
what is
smear.
wrong with that person?
Yeah, and I looked at it, and I thought, I am getting paid fucking. I was getting paid like $6.25 an hour. I was like, there's no fucking way. I went to the other guy that was working as on usher duty, and I was like, will you come look at this? And he looks
You
at
got
it.
free movies though, right?
Yeah, I still got free movies. But I have him look at it. I was like, what do you think of that? He goes, that sucks. And I was like, well, I'm not cleaning it. He's like, I'm not cleaning it either. I was like, well, since you saw it, technically you're supposed to clean it. And I was like,
That's how Jenny got baited into tucking in a prolapse.
yeah. I was like,
What's that?
and so pretty much I was like, if you're not going to do it and I'm not going to do it, we're bonded in secrecy now. Neither of us saw this. Technically, when we went in here, it was completely clean. And I was like, that was it.
You both got fired.
No, I
Can't ratch out.
No, because he would have
Was
got
it
in
clean
trouble
the
too.
next day?
Oh yeah, it was
You
clean.
had to, because you had to sign off, right? Don't you get like the
Yeah,
sign
I
off?
initialed it and said it was clean. Because I'm not fucking.
man.
I was first of all, I was barely getting paid enough to fucking pick up dirty popcorn off the floor, let alone clean. That's a hazardous waste. I'm not cleaning that shit.
You get caught like, no, when I went in there, it was clean.
Exactly.
Then I shit everywhere. I went in there, cleaned it, signed off, shit everywhere, and left. But technically, it was clean. I went to, I got a patient that's off of like Highway 7025 at the intersection. There's a 7-Eleven, like off Josie, somewhere around there. And so I had to go really bad. I had to pee. And so I go to the 7-Eleven, I pull up in there, I go inside, and I'm peeing like normal. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, it smelled like just raw shit. Like, what the fuck? And the toilet was clean. I look around, and I finish up, I zip up, I go to wash my hands, and in between the fucking toilet and the sink is a little turd on the floor, like someone just dropped their pants, just shit right there. Because it still had like the peak.
Oh god.
Like, and it was smashed. Like he dropped it there, like he broke it off, landed, and he went on about his business. It was just one piece of shit in the middle of the fucking floor. And I'm like, I'm not picking it up. I felt bad because when you're in that situation, like, fuck.
I would be freaked out if you did pick it up.
But you're there and you're like, fuck. If I
You would
leave,
tell us if you did.
if I
Drop a
leave-
piece of toilet paper over it and just at least give her a proper burial.
no, but you think, because it's in those situations that I don't fart when I'm on the bus. One, because I don't want my scrubs to pick up anything, and two, I don't want it to linger. And so it's one of those situations, my ego comes in, the pride is like, fuck. If I walk out and I make eye contact with someone on the
You think it was you?
right. Like, why did that nasty motherfucker pick it up? It's a piece of shit, and that's what I wish I didn't.
Oh.
That's the type of location it was. I've never been back to there since because of that.
He's just full of shame. Like, I can't go back there because the owner, if he sees me, he's going to connect that poop with my face.
Whatever. Oh, it's Dr. Shitty's friends. And like, yeah, I'm not, no.
Be like, yeah, actually, it's Pakistani. Just changed it.
But yeah, I hate those situations.
Yeah.
That's why when
It's
she used the
awkward.
bathroom earlier, like, if you farted, let me know. I want to walk through it. I wanna be-
No shit in the champagne room.
I take pleasure.
Right. Why no? He
And
said
you
you
smelling
shit.
it.
You shit and leave the door open because his computer's right next to it, which is foul.
Yeah, that's next level, like torture.
I don't know. Crop dusting is pretty fun from time to time.
Fucking love it.
What is
Yeah.
crop dusting?
When you walk by somebody and you fart, but it like is an SBD, so like,
Yeah.
and then they just smell it and
And
they're
it's
just
stuck in it.
like, what? I did that to a lady at where did I go? Where you buy electronics, Best Buy.
The
Oh
dentist.
my god.
I was with my ex and I was going through some stuff and my stomach's like, "Brr," and I'm like, this old lady walks by and my ex is like, ugh, that old lady stinks. I'm like,
That's hilarious.
I'd have broken with him right there because obviously he didn't recognize your brand.
Yeah, there'd be times where we were at Walmart and Steven would just fart and it would stink. And then he'd grab me by the back of the arm. He's like, we gotta go.
Before they call security.
Oh, there's definitely been times where like I don't even give a fuck because it's like it's a Walmart. It's like who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Everyone shits at
That's when people
Walmart.
coming to fart.
Yeah, exactly. It's like who doesn't piss in the pool?
It's in the owner's.
Nobody.
It's in the owner's
Everybody's
manual.
pissing in the pool. You're basically swimming in a giant bucket of piss.
Yeah.
And in Walmart, you're basically swimming in a giant bucket of fart.
Pretty much.
But yeah, I don't even try to hide it anymore. I kind of like sometimes I'll fart in an aisle and then like wait at the end and like peer back to see
They
like
just wave at him.
just like am I gonna get a hit? It's kind of like shooting a torpedo like down blindly into the ocean. Like am I gonna get a hit? And then you'll look back and then you'll see some people go.
You're welcome.
And it's just like, ooh, that is satisfying. Yeah.
It's gross. I don't want to smell the inside of anybody. It's right out of the line. Unless I shove the air in there. I don't want the air coming back
Unless
out.
you shove the air in there. Are you like pumping yourself up full of air? And like, I don't mind as long as I put it in there first.
Not on me.
Oh yeah. It's not natural because I put it in there. One more time. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. See, it doesn't actually count because you didn't make it that way.
Well, yeah. It's the
I
ego
put it in
thing. You're
there.
welcome. Yeah. But they usually don't smell. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know because I don't know. That's like that Brazilian fart porn. You've never
Cake
heard of this?
farts.
What is it? What do you say?
Cake farts.
Is that what it's called?
Keg farts?
No, but cake farts.
Cake? Oh, like
Cake
beer?
farts.
No, cake farts.
Like cake.
Delicious dessert cake? Or are you saying cake with beer? Oh.
Yeah. Going back to the porn thing. That's a genre.
Is that why you like the song? That's why I stripped a cake.
No, but
Oh, they like put cake up there and then they fart it out?
no. So
Okay.
there's this one porn. So this girl, she has a cake and she's like walking towards the cake. And the cake's on the counter. She gets on the counter. And she's like, I'm gonna do this. And she gets down on it bare ass and she just like sits on the cake and farts on the cake and the icing just kind of bubbles up.
No, and then they serve the cake.
I mean, I don't know if they serve the cake, but like,
That's a real thing.
yeah. And then she like picks her ass back up and there's like frosting all over her asshole and she farts some more and then it's just like frosting everywhere. So like, yeah, cake farts, man. Like that's a thing. That's a genre.
I've seen women fart in like each other's faces.
I feel like,
Like
this
bear.
is like, yeah, that's what I've seen. Like the Brazilian fart porn, they'll be like sitting there and it's like, and they're like, oh yeah,
The girl's nose is
baby.
right by her butthole.
Yeah, and then there's like, yeah. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Did you watch
Why?
it on purpose? Why do you watch
No,
this
no,
kind of
like-
stuff?
Because it like popped up.
Guys.
It like I only seen one because it like popped up and I was like, that can't be real. That's got to be slang for something. No, it's literally fart porn.
I'm always trying to
You
find.
guys are
my new
considered
way to make
millennials, right?
money. So
Yeah,
So I think it's
we
a
are.
generation thing. You're some millennials, right?
Mhm.
what is it?
You're millennial generation.
Yeah,
I don't want that being
1987?
associated.
I was born in 1987 too.
Yeah, 1987.
What month?
November.
Okay, so
November rain.
it's a
Fall,
generation.
baby.
It's a generation thing. So I'm thinking, why am I so weird? It's not me. It's your generation. I'm 45,
Yeah.
so it's like
Well, it's like the shock factor, you know, like everything is
That's
more about
a
shock factor.
little too
like-
shocking for me.
But how do those conversations go? If somebody came up to you and was like,
Well, yeah, it's probably like, the boiling frog thing.
Amber,
First, you get into this, and then you get into that, and then the next thing you know, they're like, hey, this guy will pay you $500 if you smell his farts. Damn.
Hour.
what would it take to smell one of his farts right out of the cannon?
right out of the can. I don't know. I'm like a
Like you're gonna get wind. Like that's how close you are.
are.
Well, first of all, it has to happen when you're cuddling. There has to be like every now and again, like someone's like, "Oh, I had Indian food last night." Whoa.
Nope. During cuddles.
Wow, that
Which
was
is, yeah.
brilliant. The
Then you're-
self control.
Yeah.
Now we've jinxed you. I
You're
guarantee
doing
you, the
it.
next time you have it,
Yeah.
it's going to be terrible,
Oh, fuck.
terrible farts.
You're cuddling wrong. If you're not.
If you're not farting, you're
Mhm.
cuddling wrong.
True.
That's probably what people are saying, like doing the fart porn. If you're not farting while you're fucking, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not pushing hard enough. On either end.
Wants to fart around a person they just met and they're cuddling.
These nasty fuckers. They're like, they I don't know.
You know what? He farts underneath the covers while I'm sleeping.
Well, she sleeps with the head under her covers. That's like collateral damage.
Yeah, well, shit. Don't close the oven door. Like,
It's like, first
That's
of
the
all,
worst.
the bed is big enough where she, if she wanted to, could get away with it. Like, get away
it's
from
like
it.
California King, right? You got a huge fucking.
Yeah, it's like fucking king. So, but she chooses to like sleep like 2 inches away from me, and then with her head under the covers, and I have to fart, and she goes, "Well, why don't you go to the bathroom?" It's like every fucking time I have to fart. You want me to go to the
I don't
bathroom?
say that. I say, can you just turn around?
Yeah, because I eventually I was like, no, I'm not going to the bathroom to fart. I'm gonna fart, and you're gonna have to deal with it. And eventually she's like, "Can you turn over?" And sometimes I can't do that because like I'll be like 2 inches away from sleep, and then I'll have to fart, and I'll just tell her like, "Got to fart, not gonna roll over," and she'll be like, meh, meh, meh. And she'll like get all like
God.
turn into a little troll.
Get fat. She fucking comes out under the couch. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What did you eat? I don't remember cooking that.
And she looks and sounds exactly like Schmeagol from Lord of the Rings. Exactly.
I have a really
Oh,
unique
God.
thing that I can do, and I can like cut off my sense of smell if I don't want to smell anything.
That's
I'm
brilliant.
kind of a mouth breather, honestly. Like I'm just a mouth
Do you ever
breather.
taste it?
No, no, that's not a thing for me. So like people
That
can
lemon
fart
pepper.
around me, and I don't ever have to smell it.
I think you got diabetes.
Dave, you got the sugars. Because that tastes sweet.
Well, Cuddle.
Oh, jeez.
But
But it's a situation. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gassy too. So like I can't be with somebody who like is like weird about farting because I fart like, and I'm not even like
Everybody does.
Okay, so
not like I'm just like listen. I have to fart, and if you're not okay with it, like we can't be cool, and like we just can't. Like I don't know.
He's going down on her, and she's like, "Hold on a second." She grabs his nose.
and then he's like,
You don't want to trust me. You're not done.
Until I say you are.
It's all part of that kink. That's a kink.
so on the other side of the spectrum, I didn't ask. So no one's ever farted while you were cuddling. Have you ever farted while cuddling?
No, but I definitely like I get bubble guts like all the time.
Okay, I was gonna say they probably leave a pretty bad Yelp review.
Yeah, that's just
Did you imagine?
Like, because like if a cuddler has one job, it's just to be there and not to shit.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for that package. I specifically checked no.
You know, shit, I looked at the notes wrong. That's the next guy.
And just stare, and you're like making eye contact. Don't make it up.
How do you make eye contact when someone's like behind you cuddling? You'll have to like turn around and be like, "Hey."
Is the cuddling always in the spooning position?
That's like the best position because you don't have to face them. You can just kind of like, like sometimes they fall asleep.
So what's the majority of they hold you? They spoon you, you spoon them.
So
Is
you're
it ever face to face, or is it like a package? Like you get the
well,
nut to butt package.
I just ask them.
Nut to
like,
butt package? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
I ask them what their favorite position is, and like so like we'll do a position, cuddling position, and then they'll be like, "Can we do this a different position?" Like it's not the same cuddling position the whole time.
Like I like the 69. Like
Yeah. Style cuddle package.
that's when you be on all fours. I'm just saying, I'm gonna cuddle the fuck out of you.
I'm so tired. You're gonna put me right out.
Is that on my back? Oh my
That's not a bag light. I couldn't see back here.
I leak when I cuddle. I'm sorry.
I dribble. I got a really runny nose.
It'll come out. Yeah, that'd be awkward if someone farted.
I thought you were gonna say that would be awkward if someone came on your back while they were cuddling you.
Well, how would you? She wouldn't know if they. I'm sure they.
Hot and wet on their back. Yeah, that's a pretty unique sensation.
Yep.
I wouldn't know, Steve.
And no,
I just have to assume here.
No one's ever come on my back,
no.
cuddling or otherwise. $40.
Not a human, anyways, but a dog, perhaps.
Oh, during dances, guys have came like when I've given dudes lap dances.
Does that scare you?
No, it's
Why would it
just,
scare her?
honestly, it's just kind of like, ugh, like
Just in case it only takes one.
That's awkward. Oh, you mean like you're worried about getting AIDS or something?
Yeah, no, it's just getting pregnant. Or just the fact because you're still close. So you're fully nude, right?
no,
Oh, okay, never mind.
no. I have like a thong on because I don't do fully nude anymore. I haven't done fully nude in like
Gotcha.
I don't know 10 years, but
I would assume the vagina. He's just sniff it out.
But it is pretty awkward, and I'm just like on the one hand, I'm like, all right, well, I guess he really enjoyed it, but on the other hand, I'm like, ooh, like I got somebody's fucking fluid on me, like
That's what I'm saying. That's gross.
kinda
I would just stare him in the eye and just wink. Like you're welcome.
least it's over.
And fart on the dry. Why'd you fart on drying it off?
See, if they were slick about it, they'd get like a male Depends brief. And then they
because
just
you
have to
want
go
the-
in.
It's gonna ruin. You might as well wear jeans.
Or maybe get like a sham wow sewn into boxers.
Look, I would just wear a condom if I knew that I couldn't hold out like that. But could you imagine though that if you could get off from a lap dance, that'd be the best. Because you're done.
I mean, yeah, it takes
Would you
out
go
it takes
Friday
out a
night?
lot of the effort. I mean, it's
Yeah, that'd be
but then you got to go and you got to pay for it. So I mean,
$40 or $40.
Bucks.
well, yeah, it's not that it's expensive, but you got to get in the car, you got to go there. I'd rather just masturbate. Me personally, if that was like, because I know me.
Yeah, but you don't know. Okay, but imagine how good it's got to feel. Because you got 3 minutes, right? 3 minutes, however long the song
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It takes me-
November rain. Like, you got like 25 minutes with that motherfucker.
Well, thankfully the DJ doesn't like play those long ass songs.
Oh, okay.
The songs are like 3.5 minutes.
As soon as he comes, you hear the record go.
Oh, so they don't get to bring their own music in. I was thinking like they would bring in like their Zune or whatever. And like, I want to hear this whole playlist.
Here, Bohemian Rhapsody. Zune, right? Like,
Music.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I guess it would be impressive. Like, is that a Zune?
It was, this is
Where the fuck
vinyl.
did you get one of those?
I broke my last vinyl when I came in, so I had to get a Zune.
Yeah, that's almost just as old.
So it's like, oh man,
Oh man.
I don't know. So like, I've never been into the whole stripping thing.
I've been to strip clubs and I enjoy the female.
Yeah,
form.
I'm not saying I'm not saying as a dancer, but as on the
As a patron. So there's guys that usually go there if it's younger. I say they either like to go to party with their guys, their boys, or they go there to status. That's usually like drug dealers, like when they're statusing themselves, like they're just spending like exorbitant amounts of money on like alcohol,
Oh, I see what
and,
you're saying.
like
Gotcha.
booze or whatever they're statusing. And then there's like the old guys that come in and they're usually quality, but some old guys, like some guys just like to watch and some guys will pay. And some people like just come and they don't do anything. They just sit there and they stare and they don't get dances. They don't tip on
that-
stage.
That guy. I stare at you to make you as comfortable as possible.
I roll my eyes at those people. I'm just like, why the fuck are you in here?
To watch.
Yeah, but that's like
It's an art.
Yeah, like,
it is an
I
art, but it's like pay the fucking artist. Like
did. I paid the cover to get
Yeah.
in there.
that is
You're
not
like-
paying the artist.
You don't know that. You need to tell me, like, hey, bro.
That's like torrenting in the stripping world. Like, I'm gonna just go
Yeah.
get on the tour. Fucker, fuck man. He's like, yeah, like download.
Snatched her.
Yeah, snatched her exactly.
That is a good way to put it. Because I feel bad now.
You should.
'Cause I've been several times in different states. I'm like, and you just go there, sit back, and just enjoy. Because where else can you go and stare at naked women and not be judged?
My laptop.
But there's still,
Yeah, right? Like,
but it's not actual physical woman.
Right,
It's
yeah,
not
you-
3-dimensional.
Yeah, you don't get the smells.
And you get right.
says that we don't get paid by the club. We only get paid off of tips and lap dances.
And then they take a commission off
And
your
then
stuff.
the club, yeah, we have to pay the club a house fee,
Damn.
and we have to pay the DJs, and we
DJ.
have to pay the door
How much does
guys.
that all cost? Like in
Yeah,
an
break it down.
evening?
Well, the DJ is 10% of what you make, and
Oh,
the
geez.
security is usually 5% of what you make.
Oh,
Seems like it should be the other way around.
And then
can
the
you
house
just lie
fee-
about how much you made?
Fuck
Do you?
that. I would go in there with some headphones and my Zune. Like, here you go, sir. Put these on. Fuck the DJ. Ride that train.
Yeah, just get one of like those Bose Bluetooth that plays out of the, like the neck
Put it
thing.
on. Like, yeah, I can't afford my DJ fees tonight. Mama's got fucking bills to pay.
Yeah.
I am not eating Kraft macaroni and cheese 6 nights in a row.
It's definitely not unlikely for girls to have to shell out $100 to $200 in fees every time. Wow. So that's why we get upset when like guys aren't, tipping us, or guys aren't, wanting to pay us, or like, we tell them what our prices are and they're like, "Oh, it's my birthday. Can you do it for 25?"
That's at your
Oh,
discretion,
God.
right? You could if you wanted to, right?
If I wanted to, but I don't want to because I'm trying to make money. Like this is my job. Like I don't come to your job and be like, oh, your service is, you give a haircut for $40. Can you do it for 20? Because I'm
Like,
poor.
sure. I'm gonna wipe my ass
Like,
all the way down the length of his
like,
fucking thigh.
It's just disrespectful, honestly, to like go to somebody's place of business and then try to like not pay them for their services.
Yeah, but if you went to try to buy a car, you're gonna haggle.
It's a car, not a human being.
That's thousands of dollars. Of course you're gonna.
But if you don't, okay, not to downgrade what you're going, but I'm being like devil's advocate.
Sure.
If you don't ask, the answer is always no. So it's worth a shot because if you go in there, it's like I got $40, but I want 2.
Okay, but if you ask, and they could ask that way, and I guess that's a little bit better. But if you're like, okay, how much is a dance, and you tell them what your prices are, like that's your price,
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I think also like some guys think, they want to feel special, so they think, well, if she knocks off a little bit, I'm special, and maybe
likes me.
she'll be into me. That kind of thing.
And
Do you have guys who like fall in love,
Oh
come
yeah.
back, and
Yeah,
You'd
and
be like,
that's
it's
the
40.
whole slippery slope. Like,
Mm.
At the one hand, like, is it lucrative for me for that to happen? Yes, but on the other hand, like, this is
You don't know where that's gonna turn into.
exactly, and this is also like I'm providing you. Yes, I'm providing you a fantasy, but I'm also providing you a service. Like, I'm here to provide you this service, and yeah, I want you to feel special. Of course, I do.
Sure.
At the same time, like, this is my service that I'm giving you. That's what you're wanting, and then don't try to ask me on a date afterwards because like I'm, yeah, you're cool and I like you. I want you to feel special, but I'm not going to date you. Like this is
Felt your little dick in your
money.
drunken pants. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Pee Wee. It's not gonna happen. So do you have your favorites where you throw them a bone? Like, I know it's only 40, but I'm on the rag, so I'm gonna do it for 35.
oh God,
Well,
Don't mind the
of course
string.
you would.
that's happened before where my string has popped out and I didn't know.
Oh,
And I'm
God,
like,
no,
Twerking, twerk,
It's a-
twerk, twerk. And it's just making, yeah.
it's like super full.
Yeah.
Like, who needs Swiffer when you got me?
Just don't clench.
But yeah.
I think you would clip the string just to avoid that.
But then how do you get it out?
Yeah, I've heard of girls getting it like stuck.
You have a guy reach up in there and grab it. Like, it's the end of the night. It's the end of the
Your
night.
whole hand.
Like, hey, Steve, it's the end of the night. I'll give you $20 lap dance. You unplug me.
Unplug you? What are you, a VCR?
No, well, you would let him know that's what was going on.
Could you just reach in
Just,
there?
hey, be a pal. Mama's gotta go home.
There are clients that I've had for a very, very long time that, have been my regulars for a while that, if they wanted a discount, I would consider it because they've been my clients forever. But if it's just
Been
some,
paying your bills essentially. So
yeah, it's just some Joe Schmo, like I, only see you once, like, nah.
okay. How many times we gotta come? What's the number?
How many times do they have to come to be a
Do you have
regular?
like a punch card?
No, but that's a good
You do
idea.
5 dances.
That's a good idea.
Man, I'm telling you, let me market. You almost sell
Be
your
clear
underwear at the
on,
end of
like,
the night.
when you say come, what do you spell that?
Honestly, my mind totally went to like,
Yeah,
many times
like
do you come?
C-U-M
Like, wait,
come
what?
or C-O-M-E come?
Yeah,
How many times can I come?
I wasn't even going. How many times? I don't know.
How many times can I come before I get a discount? Like, damn. Like, the more you come, the more she's going to want to give you a discount.
It's fine. Half price. Stop it. Stop it. You got it in my eye, you fucker.
I don't know. If you come like maybe like once a week for like 2 months, then I would consider you a regular.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Are there people who do show up that much?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, those are the people that we rely on. Those kinds of regulars to show up. Like usually they have a specific day that they come.
Right.
Yeah.
I had a buddy in in Oklahoma, and me and another friend, we met him. We used to work at Dell together. And he's like, "Man, we went, hey, want to come out with me tonight? I'm going to strip club jumping." Well, yeah, why not? We had nothing else to do. Every stripper at every single club knew who he was. As soon as he walk in, oh, no. And he'd sit down and talk to him during their breaks. I'm like, what the fuck? How much money did you spend to get to that? He's still a nice. I mean, he's a nice guy, but he's like that perpetual friend zone guy.
Yeah, he had to spend a lot of money to get to that point where he knew all these people that
They were
good.
no longer afraid of him. How many times do you have to come? Then it'd be nice.
They just crowd around.
But it was a really cool experience. Yeah, it was different, like almost like a VIP experience every time we would go with him. At that point, we just hang out and yeah, they'd approach him as soon as he walked in the door.
Mhm.
Yeah, because they probably like, okay, he pays well, he's safe, he's funny, he doesn't fucking make me feel weird.
Yeah.
He brings hot guys with him.
And the girls know, like, if he's spending money, they all flock.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, because they all want to make money.
Yeah, they know. And that's the thing is like, I know it's a business when I walk in. I enjoy the female body. I want to see a naked woman without pressure, without being judged. And that's that. But I also understand it's a business. I feel bad now that I wasn't contributing, but I think I had like a 2-drink minimum. Some of them have, you got to drink something or buy something.
Yeah, that's for the bar.
Dude, some of them like are fucking Nazis with those rules. I left my like one of the few times I've been to like strip clubs like 3 or 4 times in my life, and then one time I forgot my driver's license at the bar, and they charged me $20 to get it back the next day because I forgot it there overnight.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That was at Le Bohème, just so everybody knows.
Oh, wow.
Where's that at?
It's in downtown.
Did you work there?
I did not.
Okay.
That's probably a club that wouldn't hire me.
Fuckers.
Yeah, so I don't care. Shit on them. Because there's no need to do that. And I found out later that that's illegal. You can't hold someone's property hostage.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's extortion.
Technically, that's why tow truck operations they can't actually make you pay to get your car back, technically. And if you get a good officer to show up, they're supposed to give you your car back without having to pay. They can still charge you, but they can't withhold the vehicle until you pay.
Interesting.
That's what it's supposed to be. I don't.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
It's a white guy thing. I've never heard of that. Like, hey, buddy, don't tell your friends. You might get your fucking privilege card revoked. As soon as you get home, you get a text. It's like, bro, we heard your podcast. No. You're done. Bad enough you date Asian women.
It's
Yeah.
bad.
Is a
Are you talking about the other white people?
They're gonna yeah.
I thought you were saying like black people are gonna be texting me like it's bad enough you already dating an Asian
No, white
girl.
people are gonna, like, because you're so damn racist. Like, we're gonna go ahead and renigger your
Renigger.
your white card.
It's like a refried
your
bean.
privilege card. Refried bean. That was
Refried beans.
That felt racist. You look at me dead in the eye like I'm Mexican, like a refried bean.
Like a refried bean. Technically, they're not fried, so you can't really refry something.
I don't know how they're made.
I tried to make my roommate some refried beans. I'm like, hey, Larry, you want some refried beans? He's like, I don't give a shit about them when they were fried the first time.
Yeah, his name's Larry. Why would you have a roommate named Larry?
Yeah.
There's no black people named Larry.
Bro, I was almost. My father's name was Joseph Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence, I guess.
And they
is
called
Larry.
him Joe Larry. And so I almost became Lawrence Joseph. So I was almost Larry.
That would have been
That would have been horrible. I don't want to buy LG.
way
That'd be
more
very
prestige. Way more prestige.
Very
Lawrence?
fitting.
No, 'cause
Larry.
people don't call you Larry. No way. Because they'd call me Larry Jones.
Lawrence.
Lawrence of Arabia?
No, like Lawrence Fishburne. There's Lawrence for that Larry too.
Ah, Lawrence Fishburne.
But I don't want to buy like LJ or something like that. But still,
LG. Life's good.
But my grandmother stepped in at the last minute and wanted something biblical.
Now, Lawrence. That's a Charlton Heston movie.
I didn't even think about that. That's probably a reason because grandma's racist.
Charlton Heston?
No, my grandma's like, she didn't Lawrence of Arabia. She didn't want me being named after something like that. But my grandma, me and is racist. We have this conversation. At 6 months, my grandmother called Department of Human Services, and I spent the first 3 years of my life in foster care because she didn't want a little wee nigger baby in her house.
Hey, you're going to make that term racist,
I'm going,
okay?
yeah, it's like, oh.
It's not.
No, just keep it, bro. I'm not taking it back. Sorry. So, what your roommate Larry, nice guy?
Yeah, so I actually have 2 roommates, and they're twin brothers.
Daryl,
and
Daryl.
Identical twin?
Not identical.
Oh, Larry and a twin? Or
Larry.
2 other, okay.
Gary and Larry.
Their parents are fucking assholes.
Gary and Larry.
That
Cute.
means his name is Larry and not Lawrence, because otherwise it'd be Lawrence and Gorence. So they got to be Larry and Gary.
Larry, yep, Larry and Gary.
What is-
First of all, Gary is an outdated name.
Well,
Name one classy Gary.
he is 75.
That's
Okay.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes way more sense. I was thinking of like, you don't know any 21-year-old Garys who are not in a trailer park.
I will say our former podcast partner. That is his real first name.
right, Gary. I forgot about that.
But he hated it. That's why he goes by the middle name.
Yeah.
So wait, you have two 75-year-old roommates?
Yep. So interestingly enough, Gary used to be one of my customers at the club.
Okay.
And I was going through a really hard time, and I had to move my ex back down to Florida, and he offered for me to move in with him. And it was kind of awkward at first because I'm like,
Say, how do you drop that?
yeah,
With me and my twin brother.
but I was also really desperate because where I was living, like I thought I was going to stay there for another year. But then the landlord was like, oh no, I'm going to need that room. So you got to go. And I
Wait.
only had like 2 weeks to figure it out.
You had to move your ex back down to Florida?
I did. I had to help
How does
him.
that work?
Well, his mom was like sick and she was dying, and like, I don't know.
Were you living together when you?
We were living together. And so when
Were you broken up while he was moving back?
not yet.
Oh, I thought you were breaking up and like you were like, oh, I'm going to be really nice and
It's
pay
like
for your
that.
move
But
back.
because, yeah, are you coming back? No.
We knew
I would
we
help.
weren't going to stay together.
Yeah.
Like, we hadn't broken up until basically like he moved down and I left, and it was time. We had a very very toxic relationship.
Sure.
Yeah. So it was time. But it was mutual. Like
Was it because like what you did for a living type situation?
that definitely had a lot to do with it. Yeah.
'Cause I'm sure like some people got fragile egos. That's probably got to be rough.
Sure. And it's one of those things where, like, you have to be honest with yourself. Like, can you really handle that? And I asked him many times, and he was always like, oh, it doesn't bother me. But then, like, he would say these offhanded comments, like, how many hand jobs did you give today? Or, whatever. And it would just get to me. So, among
How many
other
did you give on an
things,
average day?
0.
Okay. Hand job's still a job, Jeremy.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. If that's what you're into. How many have you given?
It's confidential.
Fair enough. So back to
The whole football team.
yeah.
Yeah. So back to Gary and Mary. So
Everybody on the defense line. Blue, what?
So I ended up taking that chance. I ended up taking the chance and moving in with him. And honestly, like, it's been the best decision of my whole life. Like,
Nice.
Gary helped me out with getting a car.
He's got a decent boner in his jogging pants. I can...
No, he's the sweetest person. We don't have, like, I've never given him a lap dance.
Wow.
We don't have that kind of, it's basically like just a friendship. And he,
So he's an asshole that wasn't paying. He's sitting in the back.
no,
Damn.
he tipped me on stage. He would tip me 20s on stage, but we never did dances. Gary is like, he's an angel. He's like the nicest person you'll ever meet.
Now Larry, on the other hand, there's a butt coming.
Larry's cool too. He's a good guy, but Gary's the angel. He's the one that saved me. So like, I still live at Gary's, and yeah, like I have my whole like lower part of the house to myself. I don't pay rent. Like,
Does he still come to as a patron?
yeah, he'll go see either me or my friend Paralee.
Does he ever like offer to trade rent for services?
She's not gonna
No,
answer that on the internet.
no,
Well, we'll talk more off air.
yeah, but
yeah.
yeah, it's never been like that. No, it's just he helps me from the bottom of his heart, and it's like the best thing that's ever happened to me in my whole life. And it's helped me like start my own business, do my entertainment company, Circa Vida Entertainment, where I put on pole shows with in the music scene. So I'll get bands, and then I'll put together pole shows. Yeah, like that's my passion, and he's just allowed me to be able to explore that without having to worry about bills or money, or it's been really nice.
That sounds cool.
Sounds really
It
nice.
is very nice.
I'm lucky.
I'm sure. I mean, on his end, it's like good to have just a woman around. Like is
Sure.
that whole like some people just like to spend quality time versus
Yeah.
the other 4 languages and rough house. Is he rough house? Because I'm assuming
Yeah.
I used to. I tore my hip. That's awesome though.
Yeah.
So with the so you're in a band.
Mm.
What's the name of the band? The Hits, right?
The
Or
Hits, yeah.
And so
Do you play an instrument?
I am the lead singer.
Oh,
I
okay.
play keys too.
skin flute.
I do play the skin.
That's
flute
what you
from
play?
time to time.
Nice.
No, it was she playing.
It's one of my favorite
My
instruments.
first chair.
First church.
You play in a band. Do you guys? I guess because of COVID, are you doing any shows coming up or?
Possibly. We're kind of in talks about doing a show, but we haven't said anything yet.
Gotcha.
COVID's been hard for
I
sure.
imagine, especially like the smaller the venue, like all the little places like that. They were like the
Yeah.
home wall bars. They were doing okay, but they were just getting by, and then that hits, and it's like they're done.
Yeah.
That's where you kind of start like the garage band, go from the garage to the smaller club, and works its way up. But those places where you work your way up are probably not existing anymore. I don't know what it's like. I don't go club and don't drink or anything like that. I don't know how bad it is.
Yeah, I
Do
know.
you go out at, like with friends? You dance for a living. It
Mhm.
becomes a job. Do you go out and dance with like your friends or is
I-
that something that you don't do on your spare time?
This sucks with clothes on.
That's funny. Yeah, totes.
On your birthday suit.
I'll go out like to a club with my friends maybe like once or twice a year, but like clubbing is, I don't know. There's just something about clubbing. It's not even about the dancing or making money aspect. It's about like guys coming up to you and trying to hump your like behind, like, you know what I mean? Like that's how they dance. You're
Yeah.
dancing and all of a sudden some dude's just like,
Yeah.
In your mind, like I could be getting paid for this with no clothes on.
yes. Oh, it's annoying. I don't know.
I don't get that either. That's Steve. Like that's like
Yeah.
based on a previous conversation.
Hey, you liked it enough.
You guys go dancing?
You liked it enough too.
Did you guys go dancing the first night you met?
No.
No, we didn't.
No.
We just got
That's so
really
sad.
high,
Okay.
stoned.
Yeah. I remember.
Quickest way to a man's heart.
I think we've been out dancing like maybe once or twice. And the last time we went dancing, I think, yeah, I was trying to pay the bathroom attendant to smell my breath, and he wouldn't do it. And I was getting really pissed off. I was like,
You gotta-
$10 to smell my breath, bro. Just give me what is it? I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Can you pull your pants up?
I was like, fucking $20, dude. Smell my breath. He's like, no. I was like, $50 fucking bucks. Smell my fucking breath. He's like, no. And I was like, this fucking asshole won't smell my breath.
Offering him money for
yeah,
that.
why? First of all, why do you want to breathe in some dude's face? That's so fucking creepy.
I don't know. I just was just like, well, first of all, I wanted to know how bad my breath smelled, or if it smelled.
He
And
gave
then
me the
when he
answer.
said no,
Do it for $50. That's how
Yeah.
bad it is.
and then when he said no, it just made me want to be like, nah, fuck you. I bet he's working in a bathroom. I bet he'll do it for a little bit of money. Let's see how fucking see what this guy's worth.
What was his nationality? 'Cause I'm curious now because the
He was
fact
a
that
white
you
dude.
think
He's a white dude.
because he's the best he can do is to watch people take a piss.
Yeah, and
Smell people
so
take a shit.
yeah, so
He's-
therefore, how can he afford to say no to smelling some breath? He's been smelling poop all day.
Oh gosh.
He should welcome this,
Exactly.
and I'm gonna give him $50.
Exactly. That's his fucking easiest money he's made all day.
No,
Yes.
because if you're to me, any guy who's willing to walk up like, bro, because what you said is, you smell my breath for $20, and what he heard is, I breathe in your face for $20.
I would have fucking done it.
No, that's disgusting.
I would've.
How you? We don't even know how you're gonna do it. You're
I
gonna
would
be
have done it for 10.
like, you're gonna be like,
I would have been so respectful.
No, you
I was
bullshit.
well, I was drunk, so I don't know how I would have done it. He probably would have got some spit on his face, but
right. You already right. That's disgusting. I'm way over here.
not for $50. It's not.
No, it is.
Well, fuck him. He's probably still working in that bathroom, and he could have gotten out if he would have just smelled my breath.
And you got a job. You're hating on a man for watching people take a piss.
Wiping people.
That's something like That's what I think
Your
about. Like,
mind.
why are you in the fucking like? Yeah, I don't want to hate on those people, but that's your job. That's your career.
That's what I
To
do.
me, you look at it,
All you had to do was smell my breath.
but you did it in the nursing home, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, but you were also you got a chance to pushing vaginas. You had other things, and you developed
Yeah.
skills.
Maybe if I
Yeah,
would have
they were
said,
good
"Hey, I'll
skills.
give you fucking $50 to push in my prolapsed asshole," maybe he would have been like, "Oh, smell your breath, fuck no, push in your ass, hell yes."
I'll do it for half price.
I think I got paid like $9.60
To what
Yeah, but you
at
did
the,
it.
at
But you
the
did it more than once. So this is when she was 16. So this was like 30 years ago.
That's rough.
I just age really gracefully.
Yeah, age don't age. So yeah, we the episode is, if you look in the, I think, who was it? Was it the primal diet lady? I think that was the one. But if you look under, it'll be uterine prolapse. If you look under the hashtags, so all our episodes have a hashtag.
Mhm.
And so like beer balls is a really good one, and the uterine prolapse is one. And where she talks about that when she was 16. May she rest in peace. The lovely Violet was.
We don't know. She may have been cryogenically preserved, so
That would be awesome. If we could find her and
That's
thaw her out.
True.
with a Violet
Dar
sickle.
I'll be like, "How do you like this?"
So she was.
Only her head is
Yeah.
frozen.
Oh,
Not the
The prolapse nice and thawed. And so she was
You get
working at a
freezer
place
burn?
at 16. I would think so. If you will, after 6 months, use freezer paper, I guess. And so she was gawking at the lovely Violet's vagina for whatever reason. We don't know why she was looking. And she said, "What is that?" And then she discovered that it was a uterine prolapse, which were basically her cervix fell down into her vaginal canal. And then
I
she
didn't
was
even know.
tasked-
Maybe they made me do that because I asked.
Yeah, of course. That's exactly why they did.
She's
Like,
the only one that's doing it.
Pete Freak's looking, so let's give her something to fucking play with.
play.
And then so she, for however long she worked there, it was her job to push the prolapse back in.
Prolapses did you have to push back in?
Only one.
Okay.
How many do you need to put?
But multiple times. It's not like it was one and done.
Yeah, it was like every night shift, right? That pretty
Was
much-
it?
Yeah, I was working in the evening.
How many days a week do you work?
I don't know, 3 to 5.
Until you met the prolapse in like 7.
So
It's like,
you push in.
She wasn't there for
prolapse
very
cervix
long.
Every night.
Yeah, most nights. If I had a partner on my wing, sometimes I didn't have to.
She passed a spell test.
It's like, yeah.
Today.
Like, we're going to Rochambeau.
You got Violet.
Shit.
So,
That's whack.
Yeah.
but I'm sure Violet enjoyed it. That's the way to go out.
She was also delirious.
If every
I thought
night,
you were a fucking
Oh,
demon.
God, I felt bad for her.
I'm just kind of wondering.
if every
like,
night a
didn't know
VC
if I was
sneaks into
hurting
your
her.
room and touches your vagina.
You
those
know?
are
Santa Claus, is that you?
She was
Ugh.
delirious, so it wasn't like
And you're
she
like 2
was
feet
telling
tall,
you
all she
how
sees
she
is little
felt.
head.
Right.
You know?
And you, what is that? What's that? Like, she
Oh
doesn't
my
know-
God, it's a Steven Spielberg movie.
something's touching me, and then you,
It's the gremlin.
yeah. We're assuming because you're short. That at 16, you were probably shorter, yeah. So you can barely.
That much shorter.
All she can see is the
I might
top.
have been taller, actually.
All she can see is the top of your head bouncing around, pushing in her vagina, and then ran out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good old days. I wish we could find her family.
I am sweating.
A little warm. We put it in. Where we at?
We're at 2.5 hours. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
I hate it when he says that.
Gotcha. Or I guess in your case it'd be Kool-Aid, but I'll take it.
I'm gonna Jim. Motherfucker, I'm gonna Jim Jones and shit out of you.
Jim Jones. Who's
Yeah.
Jim Jones? Oh, okay. I remember now.
Jim Jones is a rapper, isn't he?
That's Mike Jones. Mike Jones.
Jim Jones too.
Jim Jones was the Kool-Aid drinkers and poisoned all those people.
Oh,
And like
Mike Jones. Who?
like Papua New Guinea or something like that, or somewhere down there.
Yeah. It was insane.
That's where he don't drink the Kool-Aid. That's from him, and he got all his followers to drink cyanide
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Kool-Aid.
I'm pretty. You know what? I'm pretty sure there's a Jim Jones rapper, and I'm gonna send it to you.
I know it's Jim Jones. I've worked to him. I've made it clap to Mr. Jones.
Yeah.
Me and Mr. Jones. have
Mike
made-
Jones.
Is there a Jim Jones? Now I'm curious.
I'm pretty sure there's Jim Jones.
It's funny because I was watching some like video for probation, and they had this they were using fake names, and you could tell, like the guy that they had play like the male actor, they were just like
Were they real prisoners, but changing their names to protect their identity?
No. It was just like it was like an informational video, and it wasn't even a prison video. It was just a probation thing, and it was just like this 15-year-old kid. They're like, and he walks up to like the stand, and he's like wearing like a chain and like a button-down shirt that was open. And then state your name. He's like, Mike Jones. I just thought that was hilarious because it's just like, that's such a good troll, because no one at the time had any idea who the fuck Mike Jones was except for him.
Way to bring the episode to a screeching fucking halt.
Mike Jones. It's just like, Mike Jones, really? That's the fucking name you're going to choose? I thought it was genius. Because it's just like, nobody had a fucking clue.
Or maybe his name was fucking Mike Jones.
Nah. It's like saying Marshall Mathers. Oh.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, but Mike Jones is like the most generic fucking name ever.
Yeah. There's a lot of black people named Jones and Jenkins and all that stuff because
White people too.
Yeah.
Roy Jenkins.
Okay, still don't get that reference.
Maybe look it up.
No. I heard it the other night. We were playing video games with the guy. He's like, when you go do something stupid, you gotta yell, Leroy Jenkins. I was like, that makes no fucking sense. And he goes, yeah, just look it up. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that.
Do you know what the video is?
I have no fucking clue.
It's a World of Warcraft video where like they're all about to go into battle and they're like talking about like their strategy, and some dude's just like, fuck it, I'm going in, and he just like says his name, Leroy Jenkins, and then he goes in, then he like gets killed, and everyone's like, what the fuck is Leroy Jenkins? So
what town is it? It's right up past Orgrimmar. If you keep going and you follow the path out of Orgrimmar,
bless your soul.
Just follow it, it'll take you into a town. There's like his
Orgrimmar?
Orgrimmar.
Is this a place in Iowa?
Isn't that where? Because in his area there's a tombstone. I think Robin Williams is buried in the game by Leroy Jenkins' like castle thing. I haven't played in a while because he's a big player that when he passed away they immortalized him in the game.
Robin Williams?
Yeah. He's got a tombstone in the game. It's a full-blown world. It's huge. I don't know if you ever played, but Warcraft is...
Never played.
It's ridiculous, the size of it.
Wow.
Yes. So we're going to let her go. Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to add? I was going to keep talking until you said the safe word.
Spumoni.
Not that one.
Oh! This is going to be a QAnon episode. Brought to you by Donald Trump.
We should do that like commercials. I'm Donald Trump and I approve this message.
Well, I could plug myself. Amber Rouge, AMBREROUGE on Facebook.
I can plug myself, but
and
I left it in the car.
Instagram,
Amber Rouge the Polewitch is what I am. And
it's all
check
one
out
word.
ambre.rouge.thepolewitch. And check out my entertainment company, circavidaentertainment.com.
It's pole dancing.
Yeah,
and
we
they
do
can book you.
pole aerials.
It's an average show run. If like, hey, I want you to do a pole dance at Steve's birthday.
It depends on how many hours.
Do you do like 15-minute micro shows?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, because it takes like 15 minutes to set up. But it's usually like an hour if it's a private party. It's usually about $250 an hour.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
How many girls?
Just one.
Does that include travel and everything?
Up to like, maybe 50 miles or something.
We can see boobage.
I mean, so Circa Vida Entertainment is not like stripper-esque. It's like upscale, like Cirque du Soleil type entertainment.
Oh, okay.
It's we do, not only do we put together like aerial shows, pole shows, we also do kids entertainment. I teach kids how to hula hoop, and yeah,
I would teach kids how to run up and down the pole and
yeah,
start them
definitely.
young.
Definitely don't teach kids the pole, but I teach them how to hula hoop, and I do like the storybook princess thing, and
Cool.
you can see all that.
You got a 5-year-old. You know she can grow up and be skanky. We got you.
How long you been pole dancing for? Well, since I learned when I was 4.
I had a birthday party.
Next thing you know, we were all getting pole dancing lessons.
Well, to be fair, I probably knew I was gonna be a fucking stripper when I was young too.
Yeah, and
'cause
had your father picked up on that.
my dad was
imagine how
super
good you would be.
supportive of no matter like when he found out I was dancing, he was super supportive of it. He was like, "You're 18, you can do whatever you want." Cool. My mom's like, "Don't be a little slut."
Yeah.
You know, like-
I was a hater.
but no, she loves it now. Like she's come to see me at the club from time to time.
That-
Nice.
I would be like super freaked out.
That'd be
if
awkward. Yeah.
my
Oh, it's
dad
different.
showed up to me dancing like naked on stage.
Yeah, just like,
Hey,
This one goes out to my.
this one's for my dad in the back. Kick, kick. Yeah, make it clap. I'm making it clap for you, Dad. Clap, clap, clap.
Remember all the time you used to spank my ass? Well, spank it back, daddy.
Just make it back, Daddy. You, Daddy. That just screams childhood abuse, saying, calling your grown father daddy. One for you, daddy. No, it's terrible.
That's a good one to end on. Shout out to your daddy. May he rest in peace. Mom still alive?
Yep, mom's still alive.
She's the evil.
Nah, she's up.
Whoopsie. Should be cut out by
She
the.
came around now.
She
so,
did. Yeah, she did.
All right.
Peace out.
All right, y'all.
Oh, mouse ain't working.
You got it.
I'm good.